Well, hello and welcome to the Olympic Aquatic Stadium in Rio De Janeiro. This is the final session on day 4 of the swimming competition at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Already 3 final sessions down, in which we've seen a host of medals dished out, with gold medals most notably dominated by China on the opening 2 days, and indeed the United States winning 4 medals on day 3 of competition. But there is plenty to look forward to in the pool for tonight's lineup. It looks as follows. Expect an enormous battle between Madison Elliott and Jessica Long in the women's 100-meter freestyle S8. An event to look out for indeed. Indeed, coming up almost directly after will be the men's 100-meter breaststroke SB4, in which home favourite Daniel Diaz will go up against Fuentes Garcia of Colombia and Tsapatakis of Greece for the gold medal in the men's 100-meter breaststroke SB4. You can also expect some ding-dong tussles between the likes of Sophie Pascoe and Aurélie Rivard. While Ihar Boki is in the pool again, not in his favourite event, however. He'll be going up against Oleksiy Fedina of the Ukraine in the men's 100-meter breaststroke SB13. That should be a particularly enthralling race. Not to mention the women's race, where defending champion Prue Watt is to face Colleen Young, Rebecca Redfern, Elena Grauzo and Anastasia Sudzilava. And indeed, twice former champion Carolina Pelendritu. That's all still to come in the evening's swimming schedule, where 15 gold medals will be contested in this 8th session in the swimming competition. So all the swimmers that'll be in action tonight, finishing as 8 fastest swimmers in their respective heats to qualify for the final of their specific events. And the lane draws for these finals based on their times in the preliminaries. The Italian support has been plentiful and indeed have been rewarded. The likes of Camallini and Morlacci have not disappointed in the pool for the Italians, and a few more Italian swimmers will be going in action tonight, including Emanuele Romano in the women's 100-meter breaststroke. An opportunity from perhaps one of the outside lanes, while Federico Morlacci also looking to add to his medal tally with an opportunity in the men's 200 individual medley. The Canadian support has been rather noisy, and Canadian medals are in prospect tonight, with Ua and Rivard going in their respective finals. Brazilian support expected for the Daniel Diaz final. I'll expect Ukraine to claim a few medals at the flag of Japan, however. A few Japanese swimmers will be in action in the evening roster. The Dutch support is rather muted for this evening session, it must be said. Day 4 of competition. We get underway in this final session on day 4 of competition with the men's 100-meter breaststroke SB5. This is the start list for the men's 100 breaststroke SB5 final. Doe, Dolphin, Rangel, Forsman, Lim, Rodriguez, Faltos and De Lima. Well, long retired is the Dutch Paralympic record holder, the world record holder, not eligible to compete. Swimmers that will line up for each and every final will be introduced individually, starting from their lane draws, but expect an enormous cheer for the first swimmer to be announced. From the host nation, Brazil, 43-year-old Adriano de Lima goes in lane 8. Seeding time 1:45.04 after his qualifying heat. Do Tan Hai of Vietnam, the 26-year-old, goes in lane 1. Greece's Georgios Valdos goes in lane 7, just outside the 140 mark in the preliminaries. Well, Marco Dolphin, a surgeon by trade, and he's begun practicing again. Post his impairment, 140 on the nose in qualifying. Another Brazilian swimmer, Roberto Rodrigues, the 24-year-old 2013 world champion, will go in lane 6 with a 139.82. He has an outside chance of a medal. Well, Pedro Rangel, the legendary Mexican swimmer, now at 36. Little fist bump for the camera as he makes his way poolside. Silver medalist 4 years ago. He goes in lane 3. The defending champion, however, goes in lane 5. Lim Woo Gun, 29-year-old from Korea Republic, a 134.86. He'll have been looking at his splits post-race and know that he has the ability to take off a little time. And he needs to take a good 2.5 seconds off of his to try to beat this man, the new force in the SB5 category in breaststroke. Carl Forsman, 19 years old, from Sweden, a 133.47 in the qualifiers. And swimming consistently, that band at 1:33 mark as Forsman finished in the silver medal position with a 133.4 in Glasgow at the World Championships last year. So Korea's defending champion, Lim Woo Gun, going in lane 5 alongside the favorite based on seeding times alone, Forsman, who starts in the pool. Do, Dolphin, Rangel, Forsman, Lim, Rodrigues, Faltos, De Lima. 2 Brazilians in the final. Can either get Brazil's night off to a very good one in the pool. Away they go in the men's 100-meter breaststroke SB5 final, and straight into his stroke. Lim Woo Gun of Korea shows that he's got some real speed. Forsman has plenty of work to do, but going very strongly in lane 1. Do Tan Hai of Vietnam, the 26-year-old, is going out very fast indeed. But at the moment, it is not good news for the Brazilian fans who are expecting perhaps a medal. Forsman is making up a little bit of ground on Lim, and Do is not exactly tailing off, but he does seem to be lengthening his stroke ever so slightly and not quite as quick in the pull through.
Well, Lim, I think, might have saved something for the final. He has a season's best time, 2 seconds quicker than he posted in the heats. I think he's going to go underneath his qualifying time, but just starting to catch up towards the end of that 50. Forsman now has come off the wall very strongly indeed, and it's Carl Forsman of Sweden who's taken the lead. Lim was looking so strong on that first 50, and now the Swedish athlete, the fastest seed in this final, is starting to really stretch away just off the world record marker at the moment.
Well, this is a very strong back end from Carl Forsman at quickened pace, and he is putting himself right next to Lim Woo Gun, who will be well aware of his presence, but perhaps just a little too much for the Korean defending champion to do now. Looking for the bronze medalist Rangel, the silver medalist of 4 years ago. It is going to be Forsman who will come to the line. It's outside a world record time, but in his first Paralympic Games, 19-year-old Forsman wins gold, silver to Lim, and Rangel of Mexico claims the bronze medal. A very strong swim from Forsman, and a very strong turn is where he really made up on the Korean. The defending champion edged out by Forsman. Turns around, has a look at his time. He really is the new kid on the block. He's the only teenager next youngest in the pool was Vietnam's Do and Rodriguez of Brazil. But several of these swimmers, like Rangel at 36, Dolphin at 35, and De Lima at 43, a lot more experience. The 36-year-old Rangel will celebrate a bronze medal. And a man who's proved inspirational over the years. Continues to inspire, amongst others, the Korean defending champion who claimed silver tonight.
Well, Carl Forsman looked as though he might have been outclassed in this final by the defending champion, Woo Jin Lim. But Forsman came through on the second 50, looked over his right shoulder to see Lim coming in a couple of strokes behind. The Swedish athlete was ranked quickest after the heats, and he delivered in the final.
Well, Pedro Rangel medals for the fourth time in this event at the Paralympic Games. Lim Woo Geun loses his gold. He claims silver this time. Carl Forsman, a new force in the 100 breaststroke SB5, takes gold, 134.27. This is the final of the women's 100-meter breaststroke, SB5. The star list: Trin, Schott, Song, Savtsova, Mereshko, Illes, Romano, and Weber Treiber. So Sabine Weber Treiber is first to be introduced, the Austrian, going in lane 8. Thuy Bich, new of Vietnam, made the 50 fly final, failed to medal at the second Paralympic Games. Going in lane 1. Emanuele Romano of Italy. One of several Italian swimmers who will be in action for Italy on the night. Germany's Verena Schott, the 27-year-old, goes in lane 2, a 149.38 in qualifying, dipping below that 150 mark. Fanny Illich of Hungary, 2 finals that she swam in the last 2 Paralympic Games. Both times she finished 8th in this event. The People's Republic of China, Song Lingling, silver medalist 4 years ago and already a gold medalist in Rio 2016 after winning the 100 back. 20-year-old from China goes in 3. Swimmer to look out for, though, Elizaveta Mereshko of Ukraine, gold in the 50 free. She's proved her credentials as a sprinter, the 24-year-old, but she's up against another bright young talent, also from Ukraine, going in lane 4, Victoria Savtsova, 18-year-old, silver medalist in the 50 free, and as part of that Ukrainian side that won the bronze in the 4x50 mixed relay. Kirsten Brun of Germany, 6 years ago now, having set that world record at Eindhoven in the Netherlands. So Savtsova of Ukraine, strong in the water. Savtsova was champion of the 100 breaststroke SB6 in London 4 years ago, goes in lane 4. Reclassified subsequent. So Savtsova and Mereshko get off to decent starts, but the best of the starts actually coming for Weber Treiber of Austria, but she is traditionally very quick off the blocks and just going off from the starter's gun very quickly. Straight into a stroke. Mereshko has got a little bit of pace. It's a very short, choppy stroke, whereas Savtsova is a lot more serene and smooth in the water, but she's glancing across to her left every so often as she takes a breath, and on her outside, Song Ling Ling is making a push to hit the front as they approach the wall at the 50.
Mereshko, with that fast stroke, purely using her arms, is managing to maintain the lead coming into the turn. The turn often changes quite a lot in the 100-meter breaststroke. And first to touch, well, equal first, Song and Mereshko. The favourite Savtsova just in third, but now coming out of the wall, these three swimmers are pretty much stroke for stroke. Possibly Mereshko, though, trying to stretch away again with that really fast stroke rate, moving her arms through the water as fast as she can. Can she maintain that rate? Because it's working at the moment. She's pulling away from Savtsova. Song also challenging the favourite in lane 4, and it looks as though Mereshko could be taking a lead.
Well, Mereshko is hitting the front here, just really more than a head length ahead of Savtsova at the moment, who's desperately trying to quicken her stroke and race to the wall. Song is falling off the pace and might even get caught by Schott, who's finishing strongest, challenging for that bronze medal, but the battle for gold here might come down to the stroke. It looks like Mereshko will take it at the line, but it's Ukraine 1-2. It is Mereshko ahead of Savtsova, and Song will claim the bronze. So Ukraine 1-2 with the Chinese third, and Schott just edged out for that bronze medal. She was closing very fast, the German, but a solid swim from Mereshko, who now has her second gold medal of the Paralympic Games. And look at that for a celebration. Little kiss for the camera. Well, she's delighted, and Savtsova again just wondering what went wrong. She was expecting, she's quicker in the water, certainly in the free. Had to claim silver after a desperately poor start. But Mereshko is a double champion already at Rio 2016.
Well, that was a little bit of an upset between the teammates from Ukraine, Savtsova and Mereshko. It did look as though Savtsova was going to come back in the second half. The turn really evened things out. Mereshko and Song turning exactly together. Savtsova just behind, but then that second 50, the field starting to spread out, and Savtsova just couldn't quite stick with the pace that Mereshko put down on that second 50. Absolute delight for the 24-year-old Ukrainian.
So important, the encouragement and support from friends and family, and and indeed the support staff of the respective teams. Ukraine, you get a sense of the team spirit in the Ukrainian para-swimming team, and it is tremendous. There's constant encouragement, even when Ukrainian swimmers are pitted against one another in the pool. Constant encouragement, constant words of support, and it can only inspire. Confirmation of the results then. It's a Ukraine 1-2. Mereshko and Savtsova finish 1 and 2. Song Ling Ling, a medalist again, this time the bronze medal.
The men's 200 meters individual medley, SM9. The 8 through to this final. James Crisp of Great Britain, Brendan Hall of Australia, Federico Malacci, the 22-year-old from Italy, Diskensors, Toth, Hodge and Burrow. Cody Burrow, the USA, first out. He'll go in lane 8. 28-year-old. Great Britain's James Crisp. He has 12 Paralympic medals dating back from Sydney in 2000. A very experienced athlete. Australia's Timothy Hodge will go in lane 7, the other end of the spectrum at just 15 years of age. And his teammate, Brendan Hall, already with a gold medal to his name from Rio 2016 and that 400 freestyle. Hoping to add another medal to his collection. Hungary's Tamás Tarth, bronze in this event at the World Championships last year. Seeded 4th in the qualifiers. The reigning world champion, Federico Malachi, won that title last year in Glasgow. Bronze 4 years ago in London 2012. And also representing Hungary, Tamás Szorz. His best result in this event, 4th at the Paralympic Games in Beijing. The fastest seed, representing Australia, making his debut here at Rio 2016. Finished 7th at last year's World Championships, so had a very strong swim in his heat to find himself the fastest seed. But it's Australia who still have the world record. Matthew Cowdery from the 2008 Beijing Paralympic Games. 2:13.6, the fastest any of these swimmers have gone this year is a 2:18, so that world record might well be safe. Chris Hall, Malachi, Diskin, Szorz, Toth, Hodge and Birrell all go in the men's 200 individual medley SM9. We saw in qualifiers how the lead can change throughout this men's 200 individual medley SM9. The breaststroke being a real key factor in this race. And off to a fast start is Tamás Szorz, the Hungarian, taking it on the butterfly leg. Also going well out in 3, the reigning world champion, Federico Malachi, sees himself seeded 3rd going into this final. But a strong turn there. It's Tamás Szorz, the Hungarian, who leads Malachi. Brendan Hall, so strong in the freestyle, turns in 3rd. And this is where the field will start to change. Now, surprisingly, the fastest seed Diskin of Australia just getting left behind the rest of the field. It'll be interesting to see what he can do on the breaststroke leg.
Well, perhaps just a little too many nerves ahead of the final. The 19-year-old Diskin is being left behind here, but he is set to perhaps make up a little time on the remainder of the field with the breaststroke. And the concern for him, though, would be that Szorz, Toth, very capable breaststrokers, Malachi, Hall, all able to make up something in the back end of this race. Although Diskin is starting to come into his own now, he's got a fine breaststroke about him. A young man who has cerebral palsy, which affects the left side of his body more than the right side, but such a capable breaststroker, is making up some serious yardage. It's Szorz who's just edging ahead of Toth now, but coming back into contention. I think leading now, courtesy of his breaststroke, is the world champion Malachi, the bronze medalist of 4 years ago. Touches first at the 50 and will want to bring it home. The Italian being egged on by the Italian supporters in the arena, but it is Italy over Hungary over Australia now in the battle for gold, silver and bronze.
Oh, what a strong breaststroke leg by Malachi and Diskin, and that is what has changed the field completely. But having a storming final 50 meters here, the Hungarian Szorz coming through to really push the reigning champion Malachi. Malachi giving it a final push though, and it's going to go to the Italian. Federico Malachi wins the gold. Tamás Szorz for Hungary, the silver medal. And thanks to that strong breaststroke leg, Timothy Diskin, the Australian, sees himself on the podium. Malachi having elaborate celebrations. A quick time, 2:16.72. Quicker than he's posted this year by quite a few seconds.
Well, just wonderful scenes and such incredible sportsmanship that we've seen so regularly throughout the Paralympic Games. Diskin delighted with his medal position. He only completed his primary education last year. While Tomasz Sor's 24-year-old and Federico Morlacci, a warm embrace and a kiss for the cameras. Morlacci swam a smart race again, went out in the fly but didn't quite have the strongest of the legs. In the back was okay, really took the race to every other competitor in the field in the breaststroke and held on in the free. Diskin made up tremendous ground in the breaststroke, but credit to Soars the way he held on. Swam Tomasz Toth, a very capable 220 swimmer, completely out of the race. Celebration time.
Soaking up the moment there. Malachi came in as reigning world champion, and he can now add Paralympic champion to those titles. Tomasz Soars, the silver medal for Hungary. Timothy Diskin, very brave swim by the young Australian to take that bronze medal. Malachi just beaming with that result. The women's 200 individual medley, SM9. We'll see Zhu Jiangling, Katerina Roxon, Sarai Gascon, Amy Marin, Lynn Ping, Madeline Scott, Miriam Marquez Soto and Claire Cashmore all go in this final. First out, the very experienced British athlete, Claire Cashmore, her 4th Paralympic Games, 6 Paralympic medals to her name, finished 4th in this event at the last 2 Paralympic Games, won the bronze in Athens on her debut. Zhu Jiangling for China, only 14 years of age, the other end of the experience spectrum. Goes in lane 1. Already 1 gold medal to her name. Nuria Marquez Soto, representing Spain after that tremendous 400 freestyle finish to win by just 0.02 of a second. Canada represented by Katerina Roxon, finished 6th in this event at the World Championships last year. Another experienced athlete, her 3rd Paralympic Games. Australia's Madeline Scott will want to rectify that 4th place as she finished in London 2012. Sarai Gascon, the 2nd athlete to be representing Spain in this final, goes in lane 3. The silver medalist from last year's World Championships, Lin Ping, 22-year-old, will go in lane 5 as the 2nd fastest seed. Great Britain represented twice in this final. Amy Marin, the fastest seed, goes in as favourite after her performance in qualifying. Won the gold medal at the World Championships 3 years ago. Still just 18 years of age. Natalie Dutoy, the world record holder, that time Looks pretty safe at a 2:27.83. Stood for the last 8 years. Zhu, Roxon, Gascon, Marin, Lin, Scat, Marquez, Sotu, and Kashmir all go in the women's 200 medley SM9 final. A quick start there by Great Britain's Claire Cashmore in lane 8. Madeline Scott, the Australian, though, off to a very strong start on the butterfly leg. Sarai Gascon for Spain having a good start to her race as well. And we saw Amy Marin really come through at the end in qualifiers, but she's already moving up through the field. Next to her, Gascon had an early lead, but Marin really challenging the Spanish athlete now as they come to the end of the butterfly leg. Marquez Sotu, who touched first on the fly, but very close across the field. Marquez Sotu coming off the wall, incredibly strong. We know she's good in the freestyle, but she's obviously wanted to give herself a decent lead before that breaststroke leg. Just on her right, Scott going well for Australia, but Amy Marin trying to come through and challenge Marquez Sotu.
Well, Marquez Soto, yeah, as you say, 400 free gold medalist, and she is a very strong finisher at that. She's got the endurance and she's got a little bit of speed about her game. But Amy Marin, the 18-year-old, remember when she won those 4 world titles at the 2013 World Championships, really has come on in leaps and bounds in recent years and is continuing to impress. But watch out for the kick of Sarai Gascon. She has got a very strong breaststroke about her, and while she's out of medal contention at the moment, I dare say by the time she hits the wall with 50 to go, she will be in medal contention. And Katarina Roxon of Canada as well, also a very strong breaststroker. But Ling Ping of China is looking good in lane 5 to fight her way back in. While Madeline Scott, the 23-year-old from Canberra, who grew up in Perth, been working with Brendan Keogh, the legendary Paralympic coach, has now made her way past Nuria Marquez Soto. So while Marquez Soto was looking for well placed for a medal at the moment, she is completely off and has been broken by the breaststroke, touching neck and neck. In fact, they are exactly at the same time at the wall with 50 to go. A real race on here. It's basically a 50 freestyle sprint between Amy Marin and Madeline Scott, and a real opportunity for Gascon to try to catch up for that bronze medal position. She's a strong freestyler as well.
Well, Scott really showing her credentials on the freestyle, pulling away from Scott, but what has Marquez Sotu got at the end? Coming through in lane 5, Lin Ping of China, having a storming last 25 meters, and Lin Ping of China not in the race for much of it, and at the finish, she comes through to get the touch. Strong finish by Sarai Gascon for the silver, and Amy Marin looked like she had the race in control. She touches for the bronze. What a tremendous finish that was by Lin Ping, the People's Republic of China. Just 14 years of age, and that looked like a very experienced racer. Sarai Gascon, we knew she'd come through at the end, just not quite enough to take the gold, but she did pass Amy Marin, who had looked so strong in qualifying. Marin picks up the bronze.
Well, Lin Ping was out for a fast finish. She had a strong enough breaststroke, put her in contention, but she was still lying 5th overall come the touch at the wall. The way she came back, though, was superb. Madeline Scott swimming an Oceania record, a new personal best, and still unable to feature in the medals. Well, Amy Marin only just held on for the bronze medal to deny Xu Jialing, but Sarai Gascon of Spain, a fantastic final 100 meters with that breaststroke leg, and then the 50 free coming in, and finishes behind Lin Ping, who sets an Asian record in winning the gold medal in this women's 200 IM SM9.
What a perfect finish for Lin Ping, just 2/10 of a second ahead of Sarah Gascon, who also had that strong finish. And Amy Marin managed to hang on for the bronze. Ends up being incredibly close between Zhu Jiangling, who is catching up on the British athlete.
This is the final of the men's 100-meter breaststroke, SB13. Linos, Silva, Boki, Fedina, Musabekov, Bekrik, Salguero and Rousseau. So, of Australia going in lane 8. He'll be first to be introduced. The swimmers to be introduced one by one for the respective finals in the final session. So the men's 100-meter breaststroke, SB13. First to be introduced from Australia, Sean Rousseau, a 1:14.32 in the qualifiers for a man who swam in 7 events, failed to medal in London 4 years ago. A backstroke medalist at the last, or 2 of the last 3 World Championships. Gerasimos Linos of Greece goes in lane 1, a 1:14.25. For the Greek swimmer will be swimming from the outside lane. Ivan Salguero Tesa of Spain goes in lane 7. Expect a little cheer for this next swimmer. The 21-year-old in his first event of 3 at the 2016 Paralympic Games, his home Paralympic Games, a Pan American Games champion in this event in Toronto last year. Liam Bekrick started swimming when he was just 3 years old. Swam for his brother's club, a 15-year-old from Adelaide. Ihar Boki, the 22-year-old from Minsk, in his 3rd of 7 events. This is the only event in which he failed to medal in London 4 years ago. Going in lane 5, Vidavsbek Musabekov, the 19-year-old from Andijan, a 1:05.38 in the preliminaries. He goes in lane 5. So there is one man to beat. And that man goes by the name of Oleksiy Fedina, the 28-year-old reigning European champion, reigning world champion, current Paralympic Games champion. He's the world record holder as well. He has completely dominated this event for the last 8 years, and Oleksiy Fedina prepares himself for another gold medal. Can he close it out? Ever closer. Ihar Boki and Musabekov are starting to come, and there's the young talent on the likes of Liam Bekrick to try to snatch gold away from him. Perhaps just a little too much to ask of a few of the competitors, but Boki in particular, for his individual medley prowess, has been working on his breaststroke. He finished 7th in London, did Boki. This is Fedina. But Boki, a 5-time gold medalist in London 4 years ago at his first Paralympic Games. He goes in 3. Lignos, Silva, Boki, Fedina, Musabekov, Bekrick, Salguero and Rousseau. breaststroke event. Requires a great deal of technical prowess, understanding, and just the smallest adjustments can help tremendously in terms of speed through the water. Different techniques as well, you'll see from the swimmers. Very good start in lane 3 for Ihar Boki, just exploding off the blocks and uses the underwater so well, but alongside him is Oleksiy Fedina, and as he breaks the water, he is in front. Fedina looking quality, Musabekov also putting a little pressure on, and these three swimmers getting away from the remainder of the field. Bekrik, the only swimmer really in touching distance at the moment, as Silva and Linos, Salguero and Russo are being dropped off the pace. Bekrik now being left behind as they edge towards the opening 50.
This is a blistering pace. Fedina the favourite, touching just ahead of Musabekov, and Boki still very much in the race. He's got a strong underwater phase, but coming out from that, it's Fedina who's really powered off the wall, and this is very quick indeed.
Well, he's not too far off his own world record pace here, Oleksiy Fedina. He has one objective, and that is to simply win as many medals as he can. But this is his event. He's got a very shallow stroke and a longer stroke in comparison to his competitors, but it's a burst at the end. He's doubling down at the end. Is Musabekov going to get him on the stroke? He won't, is he? Oh, he did! No, it's a dead heat! Boki claims the bronze. The battle late on here, but a dead heat for gold. So seldom we see dead heats for gold, but Uzbekistan can celebrate. What a burst of pace at the very end from Musabekov. And you could argue that Fedina's still not been beaten in over 8 years of competition in this event.
Well,
but
it doesn't get...
he's not the only gold medalist now.
It doesn't get any closer than that.
Memories of that great 100 backstroke in the women's race in Beijing 8 years ago, where Pascoe and Sapiro dead heated for the gold medal. And indeed, at these very games, we've had a dead heat for silver in the men's 100 back, where Makowski of Poland and Snyder of the United States dead heated for that silver. But a dead heat for gold. Boki settles for the bronze. He'll be delighted that a medal event in London that he couldn't find a medal in, he has managed to secure one here, but that finish was something else.
Well, it really didn't look as though he was in with a chance. With that second 50, we just saw Fedina come off the wall and power into the final length, and it looked as though Musabekov was going to be left trailing behind the reigning champion. But that finish, that stroke rate there, he's still not even in the lead until that final meter, and he just dived for the wall. It looked as though Fedina had it, but what a tremendously strong finish that was by Musabekov.
Well, the first to congratulate Fedina is Ihar Boki, but that is a very impressive swim. He's never gone faster than that, Musabekov. It's a new Asian record for the Uzbek swimmer. The Ukrainian Fedina still not been unseated. This is the women's 100-meter breaststroke SB13. First to be introduced, going in lane 8, Martha Reuter of the United States. Always so friendly, perky, smiling, and saves a smile as she enters the arena. Swimmers called into a call room before the announcements are made. Fatimokon Amilova, Uzbekistan swimmer, still only 17 years old, will go in lane 1. Gold medalist in 2004 and in 2008, Carolina Pelendritu, an SB12 swimmer, still the reigning world record holder in SB12 classification, goes in 7th. The defending champion, Prue Watt, who struggled a little in the preliminaries, goes in lane 2. Anastasia Sudzheleva of Belarus, only 15 years old, will swim from lane 6. From the United States of America, 18-year-old Colleen Young. A 1:19.1 in qualifying for the young swimmer. Germany have an entrance. Elena Krauso, the world champion in 2013, and silver medalist of 2012, goes in lane 5, but alongside her is the favourite Rebecca Redfern of Great Britain. So Rebecca Redfern, only 16 years old, certainly the favourite. She is the world record holder. She is the Paralympic record holder. And Pelendritou of Cyprus, the SB12 classification world record holder. Start list: Amilova, Watt, Young, Redfern, Krauso, Zilava, Pelendritou and Reuter. Lanes 1 to 8. Getting off very quickly, going in lane 3 is Colleen Young, the 18-year-old, but look at that underwater from Elena Krauso, and she comes up in front, going in lane 1. Amilova, who loves to get out very quickly in front, and has shown an explosive start off the block as well. Great reaction time, but really this is a race that comes down to Rebecca Redfern, ranked #1 in the world, looking to beat out, amongst others, Prue Watt, the defending champion, who looks to be out of it at the moment. Colleen Young, ranked 3 in the world, and Kranzau of Germany, the silver medalist in London, currently ranked 2nd in the world, is still in with a chance here, but at the wall, it's an intriguing race. Amilova is going out hard.
Well, Amilova glided into the wall on that long stroke, lost a little bit of time, but it's not affecting her, going incredibly well from lane 1, and Redfern has got a lot of work to do with just 25 meters to go. It's still Amilova who leads Redfern. Now going well in lane 7, it's Pelendritou as well. Oh my goodness, look at this world record.
How fast is this? Amilova is absolutely destroying the opposition. The 17-year-old has had a fair amount of disappointment to contend with here, but she is going to shatter the world record and claim a gold medal. It is Redfern who touches in 2nd. Redfern's record is gone. The battle for bronze sees Colleen Young just edge out Pelendritou for the bronze medal. But Amilova, how was that for a race? She was denied in the 100 fly. She finished with a bronze medal. She missed out in the 200 IM with a silver, but she would not be denied. Swimming from the outside lane, she's beaten the world record holder, Rebecca Redfern. She's beaten the defending champion, Prue Watt. She's blown away the opposition that includes the very talented Colleen Young, and indeed, medalist and ranked 2nd in the world, Kranzau of Germany, failing to even medal. Twice former champion Pelendritou. This is incredible. I'm flabbergasted. She really set it up perfectly in this opening 50, and then after the turn, turned it on even more.
Oh, that was incredible. We thought the rest of the field was going to come back on the Uzbekistan athlete. She managed to swim 9 seconds quicker than her qualifying time. It's just unheard of. I think Redfern will be in as much shock as we are, because that time is absolutely impressive, taking over 3 seconds off the world record.
Well, it is. It's a phenomenal time, because Redfern swam a time that would have shattered her own world record as well, but she still has to settle for silver. Amilova knows all about that, however. World record and champion for the first time in 3 events at Rio 2016. She shattered the world record in the IM and still didn't win gold. Amilova, she's got her own back here in this women's 100 breaststroke SB13.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games men's 100 meters breaststroke SB5.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 100 metros nado de peito masculino, SB5 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
This is the victory ceremony for the men's 100-meter breaststroke SB5. Welcoming the medalists
welcome the medalists.
Gentileza, dê as boas-vindas aos medalhistas.
Forsman, the champion.
The medals be presented by governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee.
Kyung
As medalhas serão
Na,
entregues pelo membro
an
do
International
Conselho
Paralympic
Executivo
Committee
do
governing
Comitê
board member
Paralímpico
will present the
Internacional.
gold medals,
Mrs. Kyung
the
Won
gold,
Na.
silver and bronze medals. She will be accompanied by Ms.
Ela acompanhada
Tiziana
pelo
Nasi,
membro da Ordem Paralímpica.
Paralympic Order
Mrs.
recipient.
Tiziana Nasi. Bronze medalist representing Mexico.
Medalha de bronze representando o México, Pedro Rangel.
Pedro Rangel, he was a champion in 2008 in Beijing. He won bronzes in Athens and indeed London. He's a bronze medalist again in the 100 breaststroke SB5. Incredible that he has managed to medal in all 4 of his Paralympic Games. The Mexican gives a thumbs up. The man from Guadalajara, who only began swimming at 21, now at 36, is on the podium again. And a big smile from the popular man who's inspired so many. Including the silver medalist.
Representing the Republic of Korea.
Medalha de prata representando a República da Coreia.
Lim Woo-kyun.
I'll just miss out on the medals at last year's World Championships in Glasgow. Lim Woo-kyun now with the silver medal around his neck here at the Paralympic Games. He couldn't quite back up the gold he won in London 4 years ago. The 29-year-old from Cheongju giving a little smile as he receives his silver-coloured mascot.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Sweden.
Medalha de ouro, campeão paralímpico representando a Suécia.
Carl Forsman.
Carl Forsman from Östersund in Sweden. Oh, there's a celebration. He is very happy. He is a champion of the Paralympic Games. He had a silver medal around his neck last year in Glasgow, where he finished with a 133.4 to lose out. He only needed a 134 to win the gold in Rio 2016. He had a slow start and struggled against Lim Woo-kyun, but in the back end he made it count and did enough off the turn and indeed speed in the water, which saw him to victory. And for the first time
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem
on
of
day 4,
Sweden.
Senhoras e
and indeed at the
senhores,
swimming competition in
mundo
Rio
da
2016,
Suécia.
the national anthem of Sweden. Oh, How strong was this performance in the pool? Pedro Rangel applauding the champion wildly. And just another illustration of the gamesmanship that has been on display throughout the championships, throughout the competition, throughout the Paralympic Games. Rangel, words of encouragement, words of support, and just so wise words. Sportsman beats out Lim and Rangel, two of the legends of this 100 breaststroke SB5 for the gold. Sweden's first gold medal in the pool at Rio 2016. More success for Korea and rare success for Mexico as well at Rio 2016.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games Women's 100 meters breaststroke SB5.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 100 metros nado de peito feminino SB5 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
Just the victory ceremony for the women's 100-meter breaststroke SB5.
Please welcome the medalists.
Gentileza, dê as boas-vindas às medalhistas.
A Ukrainian 1-2. And a smile from the champion Mereshko.
Bronze medalist representing the People's Republic of China.
Medalha de bronze representando a República Popular da China.
Song Ling Ling.
Song Ling Ling from the People's Republic of China is a bronze medalist in the women's 100 breaststroke after a gold in the 100 back. The 20-year-old has been on the podium for this race before, silver 4 years ago. Swam an Asian record. It still could not upset the Ukrainian duo that finished ahead of her. A 1:45.21 and a bronze medal for the Chinese swimmer. Adds to China's already vast medal collection at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games.
The silver medalist representing Ukraine.
Medalha de prata representando a Ucrânia.
Victoria Sapsova.
She's been denied again, but it is another silver medal for Victoria Sapsova of Ukraine. This her best event. She went in as the reigning Paralympic champion and the fastest seed. She was certainly going in as favourite. Swam a time of 1:42.14 to win the silver medal that goes with 50 freestyle and mixed relay, silver and bronze.
Medalha de ouro, campeã paralímpica, representando a Ucrânia.
Yelizaveta Mereshko.
A smile from the 24-year-old Mereshko. Yelizaveta Mereshko. Her second gold medal of Rio 2016. Has a dolphin tattooed on her left shoulder. She swam like a dolphin to claim the gold, out-touching Sapsova. Similar results in the 50 free. Mereshko ahead of Sapsova.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Mereshko,
anthem of
a double
Ukraine.
champion at Rio 2016, and now for the Ukrainian national anthem.
Ucrânia. Senhoras e senhores, as medalhistas paralímpicas.
Medalists in the women's 100-meter breaststroke SB5. Song Lingling of China, bronze medal. Victoria Savtsova, the second silver of Rio 2016 behind Elizaveta Mereshko. From the 50 free, similar result in the women's 100 breaststroke. A little excitement from the Ukraine fans. Ukraine second in the medal standings overall in the pool at Rio 16, only behind People's Republic of China.
The men's 200-meter freestyle S14 final. We have Cho, Sverrisson, Tang, Fox, Hammer, Schluter, Nakajima and Villarreal making it through as the 8th fastest from qualifying. The new Paralympic record holder Daniel Fox going in lane 4. Broke that in the heats. The previous Paralympic record holder goes in lane 2. Jean-Magier Sverrisson saw his record broken earlier on. Can he react to that in this final? Expect a loud cheer as the first athlete to be introduced is representing Brazil. Villarreal has a gold medal in this event from World Championships. Carried the torch as part of the torch relay for these Paralympic Games. Cho Won-sang represents Republic of Korea. Finished 5th at World Championships last year, but does have a bronze medal from the Paralympic Games in London in this very event. Keishi Nakajima waves to the crowd. The 17-year-old making his Paralympic debut here at Rio 2016. And now the reigning Paralympic champion in the 200 freestyle S14, Jean-Magier Sverrisson, representing Iceland. Another young athlete making his debut at these games, Liam Schluter, the 17-year-old from Australia. Tang Wailock goes in lane 3, third fastest seed from qualifier, 1:57.44 for the athlete from Hong Kong. Great Britain's Thomas Hammer won the bronze at World Championships in Glasgow last year. Silver medal at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow the year before that. But the man that needs to be beaten, the current Paralympic record holder, has got some fans in the crowd there. Daniel Fox won the silver medal in London. Can he go one better? He's got that record from qualifying. The world record stands from last year's World Championships, so 1:56.27. Vyacheslav Kamilantsev. The men's 200-meter freestyle S14. Cho, Sverrisson, Tang, Fox, Hammer, Schluter, Nakajima, and Villarreal. We have the reigning world champion going in lane 2 for Iceland. Saw his Paralympic record broken in qualifying. Daniel Fox of Australia, fastest seed with that new record, goes in lane 4. Well, it's a very quick start across the field and nothing really separating the swimmers in the first 25 meters. The slight advantage, Nakajima of Japan just starting to pull away the white cap of the Japanese athlete, having a very quick opening to this men's 200 freestyle S14. But at the turn, getting his feet over fast, it was Sverrisson, the reigning Paralympic champion, who just turns ahead of Tang on his right-hand side. Cho for Korea going well on the outside. So at the moment, it's lanes 1, 2, and 3 who just had the lead, but it looks like a strong return for Japan. Nakajima going very well at this stage.
Well, Nakajima just lost it a little at the turn, actually. He just slowed down heading into the wall. It's Sverrisson of Iceland who's pushing Tang of Hong Kong at the moment, with Daniel Fox, who's ranked #1 in the world, the Queenslander, silver medalist 4 years ago, going in lane 4, and then in lane 5 is Thomas Hammer, the European champion, the 18-year-old. But Daniel Fox likes to control and dictate the pace. He blew away all his competition at the Commonwealth Games when he smashed the world record 2 years ago. And indeed, Tang Wai Lok was able to match Daniel Fox stroke for stroke in the heats and only finished a handful of hundredths of a second away from Daniel Fox. But at the final turn, it is looking to be Tang Wai Lok of Hong Kong, the swimmer to beat. He turns quick as Daniel Fox really has some catch-up work to do. Sverrisson drops off the pace, the defending champion, and Hammer of Great Britain really battling to hold on to his silver medal position against Fox. But it looks like it's going to be a world record here as well. It's very, very quick from Tang. Tang continues to take it to the wall.
Well, Tang is really being pressured to the final stroke. He's on the world record. It's going to be so close, and it's a new Paralympic record just outside that world record by a few hundredths of a second. Tang Wai Lok, the new Paralympic champion, in a 1:56.32, just 500ths outside the world record. He looked like he was on it, and that was so close. Thomas Hammer, a very strong finish to take the silver medal for Great Britain. And Daniel Fox held that Paralympic record for a few hours today. Touches for the bronze medal, and the silver in London, and the bronze here in Rio. Still one better than his 4th place finish at last year's World Championships.
Well, we saw a few glimpses of what Tang Wai Lok was capable of doing in the preliminaries when he was able to match Daniel Fox stroke for stroke in the preliminaries. And while Daniel Fox was able to control the race for the most part in the heats, Tang Wai Lok held stroke for stroke, kept some in reserve. Hammer took it out hard in the preliminaries, but come final time, weren't sure if he was going to hold on. In the end, Tang Wai Lok surprises 2 of the more favoured competitors.
Well, that was a sensational race, just outside that world record. But I think that surprised several, both the previous Paralympic champion from London and the world #1, beaten by the newcomer on the block, Tang Wai Lok, and his new Paralympic record. While supporters of Daniel Fox still have a medal to celebrate.
Well, swimming cap tossed up. It's a collector's item. Felipe Villarreal just tossed his swimming cap to the young Brazilian fans, and it's caught by one. Well, there it is. Just tossed it up, and look at that. How's that for a little bit of luck? That's a collector's item. Oh, very proud, very proud.
That is definitely one to keep. The women's 200-meter freestyle S14. Brewer, Alonso Morales, Lindberg, Firth, Applegate, Van der Kolk, Franson and Palazzo. First out, Jana Francesca Palazzo goes in lane 8. The Russian mother who competed for Russia as a water polo player, but now competes for Italy. Over in lane 1, Janina Brewer, the 17-year-old, represents Germany. The Belgium, Michelle Franson, making her debut here. Finished 7th at the World Championships in this event. Representing Spain, 22-year-old Alonso Morales. First the breaststroke. In lane 6, Marlo van der Kolk, 2:14.63 in qualifying. He's her the 4th fastest seed. Representing Sweden, Pernilla Lindberg, 5th in 2012 in this event. Goes in as 3rd favourite. Now the fastest 2 seeds, both from Great Britain. Jessica Jane Applegate held the world record, held the Paralympic record until the qualifiers early on today. And the new Paralympic record holder and the world record holder in this event, Bethany Firth, goes in lane 4, already won that gold in the 100 backstroke. She has the world record from Glasgow a few months ago. And the Paralympic record she set in qualifying for this final. The women's 200-meter freestyle S14. The favourite, Bethany Firth, the world record holder. Brewer, Alonso Morales, Lindberg, Firth, Applegate, Van der Kolk, Franson and Palazzo. A strong start by Jessica Jane Applegate, but straight up alongside her, Bethany Firth, the world record holder, missed out on the World Championships last year due to a fractured wrist. She has got a point to prove here. She is going out very strong indeed. Also going well in lane 6, Van der Kolk of the Netherlands, just pushing Applegate into 3rd place there. At the turn, it's Bethany Firth, Van der Kolk in 2nd, Applegate turned in 3rd. But Bethany Firth putting the marker down very early in this race.
Well, indeed, you mentioned the fact that she missed the World Championships with that broken wrist. She's a bit injury prone. Swimming with an injured shoulder at London, where she was still representing Ireland before switching nationalities in 2013, and of course swam with a broken toe famously in 2014 as well. But I tell you, she looks fit and healthy here, because at the 100 she is leading by a substantial margin, touches well under the 60-second mark, and is over 2.5 seconds ahead of her nearest rival, Van der Kolk of the Netherlands. And Jessica Jane Applegate are really going to need to try to reel her back in this closing 50. Now, Applegate is a strong back end. The 20-year-old, she finishes very strongly. The way she took that 2 seconds off her personal best in London to win the gold was impressive. And that was down to the strong finish that she produced. But perhaps has left it too late, the defending champion. It looks like Bethany Firth is going to win this one, and Van der Kolk looking very good for the bronze.
Well, I think Applegate would have to produce something incredible on this final 50 if Bethany Firth is going to be caught. She's almost 10 metres ahead now. Bethany Firth is putting on another spurt. doing her best to come back. Marlo van der Kolk trying to come back onto the shoulder of Jessica Jane Applegate from Great Britain, but it looks as though the gold medal is going to be decided. She's not far off her own world record pace. Bethany Firth of Great Britain not even being pushed by her teammate, and Bethany Firth becomes the new Paralympic champion, breaks her own Paralympic record. The silver medal goes to her teammate Jessica Jane Applegate, the Paralympic champion from 4 years ago, and a consistent swim there by Marlo van der Kolk to take the bronze for the Netherlands. Well, another Paralympic record for Bethany Firth, just bettering her time from the heats.
Well, silver and bronze in an embrace. Jessica Jane Applegate and Van der Kolk are delighted. Van der Kolk is happy, very happy with her bronze medal again, 4 years on. Van der Kolk on the right, and Applegate on the left. There was only one swimmer in this after the opening 50. Bethany Firth showing absolutely no signs of slowing down, and indeed no signs of injury. There are some concerns. He's a little injury prone, but Bethany Firth has just powered in and took it hard to the wall. Not too far off her own world record. A Paralympic record then for Bethany Firth. And thankful for the gold. She is Paralympic champion once again. A 1-2 for Great Britain.
Bethany Firth, another Paralympic record, bettering her time from qualifiers. Jessica Jane Applegate won the gold 4 years ago, the silver now for Great Britain, a 1-2, and Van der Kolk looks very happy with her bronze medal in the women's 200 freestyle S14.
And off she goes now to face the world's media. Bethany Firth.
Now the men's 200-meter individual medley SM9 victory ceremony.
200 meters individual medley SM9.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 200 metros medley masculino SM9 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
Medalist Timothy Dixon of Australia.
Please welcome the medalists.
Federico Malachi for Italy, and Tamas Sors, the Hungarian. Already beaming with delight.
The governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee.
As medalhas serão entregues pelo membro do Conselho Executivo do Comitê Paralímpico Internacional,
Mr. Dwayne Cale.
Mr. Dwayne Cale, representing the medals, the IPC governing board member.
Accompanied by Chairperson of Sport
Alongside
Technical
him,
Committee of the IPC Swimming.
ele acompanhado
James
pelo presidente do
Blaine,
Comitê Técnico Esportivo de Natação
from the IP.
do Comitê Paralímpico
C.
Internacional,
Mrs. Jane D. Blaine. Bronze medalist representing Australia.
medalha de bronze representando a Austrália,
Timothy
only
Dixon.
19 years of age, his first Paralympic Games. Timothy Dixon wins the bronze medal for Australia. Finished 7th in this event, just 1 year ago at the World Championships in Glasgow. Won his first international medal in the relay at World Championships last year. And now in the individual medley, he has his first Paralympic medal, bronze for Timothy Diskin.
The silver medalist representing Hungary,
Medalha de prata representando Hungria.
Tamás Sors.
Tamás Sors representing Hungary, one of two Hungarian swimmers in the race that were expected to medal, leaving his compatriot behind. The silver medalist in the 50 and 100 free in 2012, Tamás Sors claims his first piece of silverware in Rio 2016. It's a silver medal in the men's 200 individual medley, SM9. Two-time Paralympic champion in the fly. He's a silver medalist now in the 200 IM.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Italy.
Medalha de ouro, campeão paralímpico representando a Itália.
Federico Molacci.
The reigning world champion backs it up here at Rio 2016. As he's now crowned Paralympic champion, Federico Molacci. 22 years old, from Italy. Held off Tamás Sors in a tight medley final, coming through on the final leg. A time of 2:16.72. The new Paralympic champion, Federico Molacci, proudly representing Italy.
Ladies and
We
gentlemen,
now
the national anthem of
hear the
Italy.
national anthem
Senhoras e senhores,
from
o
Italy.
hino da Itália.
Singing all the way through
Senhoras e senhores,
Italy's
os medalhistas
national anthem,
paralímpicos.
Federico Molacci, congratulating his fellow medalists, Tamás Sors of Hungary, Timothy Diskin, the young Australian. Just having a little rattle of these medals, but to make a sound, gold, bronze and silver, all sounding slightly different to differentiate for the visually impaired athletes, so they can tell the difference between the three colours. Proud Australians supporting their bronze medalist, Timothy Diskin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games Women's 200 meters individual medley SM6.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação
200 meter individual medley, SM9 victory ceremony.
SM9 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
And here come the medalists, Great Britain's Amy Marin, Sarai Gascon of Spain, and Lin Ping from the People's Republic of China.
Bronze medalist representing Great Britain,
Medalha de bronze representando a Grã-Bretanha,
Amy Marin.
Great Britain's Amy Marin steps forward to collect her bronze medal. The 18-year-old competing in 7 events here at this Paralympic Games and started off her Paralympic campaign very well indeed with that bronze medal. Won the World Championship title 3 years ago. Not on the podium at last year's Worlds, and now she has a Paralympic bronze medal.
Silver medalist representing Spain,
medalha de prata representando a Espanha, Sarai Gascon.
Sarai Gascon was a fresh-faced 15-year-old when she first made her Paralympic Games debut. At her 3rd Paralympic Games, she's now a 4-time medalist. And she's a former breaststroke and freestyle world champion over various distances, and she was completely out of medal contention after the opening 100. The legs of fly and back, but boy did she come back with an incredibly strong kick in the breaststroke and a flourishing finish that nearly saw her overcome the eventual champion, but a silver medal
gold
for
medalist
Gascon.
and Paralympic champion representing the People's Republic of China,
Medalha de ouro, campeã paralímpica, representando a República Popular da China,
Lin Ping.
Silver medalist from last year's World Championships is now crowned Paralympic champion, Lin Ping, the People's Republic of China. She won the gold in London in the 50-meter freestyle. And it was a very strong freestyle leg that saw her come through. She turned in 5th position at the final turn and had a storming final 50 meters freestyle to come through and take the title of the women's 200-meter individual medley SM9. And now,
ladies and gentlemen, the
for the
anthem
national
of the
anthem
People's Republic
of the
of
People's
China.
Republic of China.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino da República Popular da China.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Adding to the impressive medal tally in the pool for the People's Republic of China with a new Asian record, Lin Ping, the new gold medalist, Sarai Gascon, silver for Spain. And Amy Marin keeping Great Britain high on the medal table as well with her bronze. Medalists from the women's 200-meter individual medley SM9 now go to face the media, fans and family.
This is the final of the men's 200-meter individual medley, SM10. And this is one of the more eagerly anticipated races on the evening roster, the evening schedule. It's the final session on day 4 of the swimming competition, and look at this for a lineup. Buckley, Uo, Van Zeko, Dubrov, Kripak, Van der Voort, Paul and de Kasteke. Paul is already a champion, a gold medal in the 100 breaststroke SB9. 2 golds for Kripak, 50 and 53 and 100 back. And indeed, Dubrov, the European champion, the world champion, the world record holder, goes in lane 4. And a legend in lane 2. This is an incredible race with an incredible 8 competitors in the final. 31-year-old Sven de Kasteke of Belgium goes in lane 8. Swimming from the outside lane after his 2:16.16 snuck him into the last 8. Isaac Buckley of Canada, one of 2 Canadians in the pool. He'll swim alongside his compatriot. Going in lane 1 though is Isaac Buckley. South Africa's Kevin Paul, the 25-year-old champion in the 100 breaststroke SB9, a multiple Paralympic gold medalist. And if you talk about multiple Paralympic medals and multiple champions, doesn't get much better than Benoit Ward, the 32-year-old, a 19 times medalist, a 9-time Paralympic champion. He will have looked at his splits, he'll have known what he needs to do in the final. Goes in 2. Wilfried van der Voort of the Netherlands, the 18-year-old, and the Dutch support, the Dutch army, clad in orange, applauding as he enters, going in lane 6. Ukraine's 20-year-old Dmytro Vanzenko from Dnipropetrovsk in Ukraine. Bronze at the World Championships, goes in lane 3. Second of the Ukrainian trio that go in the center lanes, Maxim Kripak, the 21-year-old, 2-time champion at Rio 2016 already. Goes in 5, but the man to beat is 27-year-old Denis Dubrov. He was sticking his hand up, putting his arm up for Olympic qualification and reckoning when he was the Ukrainian national record holder. And swimming at 2:04 over this distance, but now competing in IPC classifications. Denis Dubrov is the Paralympic record holder, the world record holder, the European champion, the world champion, and now looks to become, for the first time at his maiden Paralympic Games, a Paralympic champion. Silver in the 100 breast, bronze in the 50 free and in the 4x50 mixed relay. He's already picked up 3 medals. But this is a battle deluxe. Benoit Ward on the podium at the last 4 Paralympic Games. Sydney, Athens, Beijing and London, and followed up his victory in London with a World Championship title in 2013. Getting away very quickly, going in lane 5 was Kripak and Kevin Paul of South Africa, exploding off the blocks. As Denis Dubrov, though, comes into his stroke, is alongside Kripak. They are both very strong freestylers, they are both very strong fly strokers, and they're showing it with explosive starts here. These are two swimmers who are taking it to the rest of the field. Van Zeko, Uhr and Paul van der Voort all being left behind by Dubrov and Kripak. They are taking it out very hard indeed.
Well, Kripak first into the wall, but not such a strong underwater phase, and Dubrov already catching up on this backstroke leg now. Dubrov, the favourite in this event, coming alongside Kripak. What can Kripak react with? The rest of the field are going to have to battle it for the bronze medal, it looks at this stage, as now Maxime Kripak starts to take control of the race on the backstroke leg, but we'll see a huge change on the breaststroke, no doubt.
Well, his strongest stroke, arguably, is the backstroke, although he's a very strong freestyler, but the breaststroke is Denis Dubrov's. And indeed, Denis Dubrov is looking to make up some serious ground on Kripak in this breaststroke. But Dubrov, who swims for Invasport in Dnipropetrovsk, says it's his aim quite simply to win as many medals as he possibly can, and there'll be a good team ethic between the Ukrainian swimmers, all three who go in this race, Dubrov, Kripak and Van Zeko. But Benoit Uhr, going in lane 2, is looking good for the bronze, battling with Van Zeko, but Uhr has described Dubrov as being closer to Michael Phelps in this race than he is, in fact, to Dubrov, having had his world record smashed by Dubrov at the World Championships last year. And indeed, Dubrov is not disappointing. He has opened up a very impressive lead and will look to bring this home. But now, closing on Kripak is Van Zeko and Uhr. Uhr is out of the medal contention at the moment, and it looks to be a trio of Ukrainian swimmers. Look how far ahead he is of his own world record. This is going to be an impressive swim and a new world record for the existing world record holder. It's gold, silver and bronze for the Ukraine. Dubrov ahead of Kripak, ahead of Van Zeko. Canada's Benoit Uhr misses out on claiming his 20th Paralympic medal. But what a swim from Denis Dubrov. Again, world record time for Dubrov. His race to lose, and he follows up his 2 bronze medals and a silver in the 50 free, 4x50 mixed relay, and indeed 100 breast, with a gold in his favourite event, the men's 200 individual medley. And another illustration, another demonstration of the team ethic, the team spirit that we've seen throughout this competition from Ukraine. They are delighted for one another as Ukraine have a clean sweep in the men's 200 IM.
What wonderful sights these are at the Olympic Aquatic Stadium. The men's 200-meter individual medley dominated by Ukraine. They've seen themselves move up that medal table. What a result that was. And just an incredible swim as well. The breaststroke leg really did change everything. We knew Dubrov was good on the breaststroke. We didn't quite know how much he would manage to turn the race around on that 150 meters. It was a strong final 50 for Kripak to come and get the silver, but an incredible swim as well by Vanchenko. You mustn't forget him. He wasn't quite in medal contention for much of that race and took the bronze to make it a 1-2-3 for Ukraine.
Well, when he was in Olympic contention as the national record holder for Ukraine, he was swimming 2:04s, but as a Paralympic swimmer, a 2:06.87. It's astounding just how fast he is swimming at the moment, Denis Dubrov. A new world record. He's champion in the Paralympic Games as well. This is the women's 200-meter individual medley SM10 final. Plenty swimmers to watch in this race, including a couple of talented young Chinese swimmers in years ahead, and indeed a couple of young Dutch swimmers to look forward to successful careers. But the two in the centre lanes, Pascoe and Rivard, will very much be the focus of the crowd's attention, no doubt. not to discount Harriet Lee, already a medalist at these games of Great Britain, who will go in 6th. But to introduce the swimmers for the women's 200 individual medley, SM10 is final. We'll have 2 Chinese swimmers swimming in the outside lanes, but first to be introduced is Chen Yi of People's Republic of China, the 15-year-old with a 2:37.33, bubbly character. Brings that infectious smile to the pool deck. Another talented youngster, just 16 years old, silver in the 100 backstroke. Teenager from Budapest, Bianca Papp goes in 1. Zhang Meng of People's Republic of China goes in lane 7. 20-year-old, 2:36.63 in the preliminaries. Just a little quicker, 2:36.30 for Chantal Zederveld, the 15-year-old, bronze in the 100 breaststroke. She'll go in 2. From Great Britain, 25-year-old Harriet Lee. Already a silver medalist at these championships after the 100 breaststroke. Harriet Lee will go in 6. Lisa Kruger of the Netherlands, just 16. Gold in the 100 breaststroke. Goes in lane 3. But if she is to medal, she's going to need to keep pace with the likes of Aurélie Rivard, the 20-year-old from Canada. Already a champion in the 50 free and a silver medalist in this event at the World Championships. But indeed the favourite is New Zealand's Sophie Pascoe, the 23-year-old. Gold in the 100 backstroke, where she managed to claim a modicum of revenge over Rivard, who'd beaten her in the 50 free. The defending champion from London, the world record holder, the 7-time Paralympic champion Sophie Pascoe will go in 4 and is expected to claim the gold medal, but on paper is not quite how it necessarily pans out in the pool. Sophie Pascoe has got the experience though. This is young Kruger of Netherlands. Thoroughly impressive swim in the 100 breaststroke to claim gold. She has impaired range of motion in her left arm, which is significantly shorter than her right, and a lot less power. Rivard of Canada goes in 5, and this rivalry continues. An exciting rivalry, but also the epitome of sportsmanship. They fight hard, but they play fair, and they're courteous throughout. They would have wished one another well in the call room before they made it out onto the pool deck. To the starters blocks now. Pascoe in 4 against Rivard of Canada in 5. It's Rivard quickest off the blocks, but in lane 2 as well. Zederveld got off to a very good start. Rivard straight into her stroke. 4 strokes in this individual medley. Starts with the fly into the back, then into the breast, and then a finish with the freestyle. And already now Pascoe, she's found her rhythm and is looking very strong indeed. A 7-time Paralympic Games champion, looking for her 8th gold medal in just 3 Paralympic Games. Turns at the wall quickest and is substantially ahead of anyone else in the pool. It's Chen Yi, the 15-year-old in lane 8, who's actually touched second ahead of Rivard, who didn't quite get it right on the turn either. But Sophie Pascoe is turning on the pace here.
Well, that was a significant opening leg for Pascoe, and now it's going to be very hard for the rest of the field to catch. She's really got into the rhythm of this race early on. The breaststroke not her strongest, but she's given herself an incredible lead. And coming up to the halfway point, a lot can change in the breaststroke. Chen Yi still very much in contention. Rivard starting to come back on the backstroke leg, and Papp for Hungary going well on the outside.
Well, Papp is doing very well, and she is already a silver medalist in the 100 back, so expected to make up some time and hoping not to lose it in the breaststroke. Chen Yi is managing to hold on in lane 8 as well for a medal position, currently only just ahead of Bianca Papp. But it is Aurélie Rivard who's battling to make up some ground on Sophie Pascoe. Might just be getting a few inches in this, but Sophie Pascoe is leading by such a substantial margin that there is very, very little concern about who is going to win this race. It looks like Sophie Pascoe is going to take it. Papp is really making a push for a silver medal here, and in fact she's overhauled Rivard for that second spot overall. Pascoe turns quickest. It's a battle for the silver medal here. Chen Yi's fallen off the pace just a little bit, but it is Papp who touches third, just behind Rivard. It's all about the final 50 for the other medals, but the gold has been decided already by Sophie Pascoe, and well ahead of world record pace as well. Set to crack her own world record, the defending champion. She is streaking away. Rivard is coming into her own and has again regained the advantage over Papp, who looks to be holding on for the bronze medal. But it is Sophie Pascoe who becomes an 8-time Paralympic gold medalist in world record time in the 200 individual medley SM10. Rivard defeated again by her great rival and indeed one of her inspirations, while Papp takes a very good bronze in what is a very good evening for Hungary in the pool already. Day 4 is turning out to be a great day in the pool, and Sophie Pascoe, it's not uncommon to see Pascoe reduced to tears and overcome by the emotion. And I dare say, by the time we get up to the victory ceremony, Pascoe will be shedding a few tears. Aurélie Rivard, she knows that Sophie Pascoe was the swimmer to beat and wasn't able to hold on, but a fine swim from Papp to take the bronze medal.
Well, Papp just 16 years of age and picking up her second medal at these Paralympic Games. Well, it's a healthy rivalry there between Rivard and Pascoe. But Pascoe just took it on from the start and never looked back. Maybe didn't extend her lead on the breaststroke, but the lead was so substantial by that stage that there was nothing else that Rivard or Papp or even Chen could do to close the gap. And she just extended it again on the freestyle, breaking her own world record. And the support staff delighted with that result, as will the woman herself, Sophie Pascoe, be with that performance.
Well, she has 3 Paralympic titles to defend in 3 successive days. She's just done the first of them after claiming gold in the 100 back on day 3 of competition. Sophie Pascoe is the one to beat, and Rivard, who finished the second, has already admitted she gets very stressed out competing against Pascoe. So great is the rivalry, but in world record time, no reply from any other swimmer in the field. It's Pascoe ahead of Rivard, ahead of Papp in the 200 IM SM10. Sophie Pascoe, just delighted, leaves the pool deck.
The victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games, men's 100 meters breaststroke SB13.
Senhoras e senhores,
Well, the men's 100-meter breaststroke SB13 victory ceremony now, and this is a rare sight indeed.
Please welcome the medalists.
Gentileza, dê as boas-vindas aos medalhistas.
Well, the medalists, very different to how they normally position themselves, because we
Medals
have
will be presented by chairperson
a
of
bronze
Sport
and 2
Technical Committee
golds.
of the IPC Swimming.
As
There's
medalhas
Jane
serão
D.
entregues
Blaine,
pelo
the
presidente do
chair
Comitê
of
Técnico
the
Esportivo de
International
Natação,
Paralympic Committee
do
Swimming,
Comitê Paralímpico
will
Internacional.
hand out the
Miss
medals.
Jane D. Blaine. To be accompanied by the Chief of Cabinet, the Chief of Staff to the Governor.
Ela é acompanhada pelo chefe de gabinete da Casa Civil do Estado do Rio de Janeiro, senhor Cláudio Roberto Peruchetti Marques.
Claudio Peruchetti, Chief of Cabinet of Rio, will accompany this J&D plane.
Belarus.
Medalha
Well,
de
in this
bronze,
unusual
representando
situation,
Belarus.
we still have a bronze medalist. First time he's medalled in this event. Ihar Boki from Belarus won 6 medals at the London Paralympic Games. 5 of those were gold. Well, he's now got the 100-meter breaststroke to add to Rio 2016. Already the gold in the 100 fly and the 200 IM. And now finds himself with a medal from the breaststroke. Maybe not one of the events he'd expect to be on the podium for Ihar Boki of Belarus.
Gold medalists
And
and
now
Paralympic champions.
A situation that'll have us here
Representing
two
Ukraine and representing
Olympic
Uzbekistan.
national anthems rather.
Medalhas de ouro e campeões
We'll have
paralímpicos empatados.
the national anthem of
representando
Ukraine
a
and
Ucrânia
Uzbekistan.
e representando o Uzbequistão.
Because the reigning European champion, the
Alexei
world champion, the
Fedina
defending
and
champion,
Muzabekov.
2 times over, Alexei Fedina has dead heated with Firavsbek Musabekov, the 19-year-old. And it is the Ukrainian Fedina who gets his gold medal first at 3 successive Paralympic Games in which he's claimed the gold medal. The last time I remember a gold medal dead heat was Sophie Pascoe and Shireen Sapiro, New Zealand and South Africa, when they dead heated in the women's 100 back. S10 in Beijing 8 years ago. And we had a rare situation in the Olympic Games of Rio where Laszlo Say, Chad Lecloan, Joseph Schooling all dead heated for a silver, a triple dead heat for silver behind Michael Phelps. But this is a rare situation indeed. Musabekov with an Asian record, 104.94, and Alexei Fedina, a 104.94 for the Ukraine.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's
the anthem of
Musabekov,
Ukraine.
so proud.
Senhoras e senhores,
First
o hino
national
da
anthem
Ucrânia.
of Ukraine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem of Uzbekistan.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino do Uzbequistão.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
So
Paralympic
two
medalists.
national anthems. First of Ukraine, then of Uzbekistan for Fedina and Musabekov, who are both Paralympic Games champions. So Fedina's still not been unseated, but he's now not the only gold medalist for the Paralympic Games. 3 successive golds for Fedina, and Musabekov with a fine gold in what is the second dead heat for a medal at these games after Snyder and Makovsky for silver in the men's 100 back S11. A rare situation indeed. Uzbekistan flag waving proudly. Man from Andijan, only 19 years old and a talent for the future. Fedina's been around for some time now. A decade odd of competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games, women's 100 meters breaststroke SB13.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 100 metros nado de peito feminino SB13 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
This is the victory ceremony for the women's 100-meter breaststroke SB13. Pauline Young, Rebecca Redfern.
Please welcome the medalists.
Fatima
Gentileza,
Amilova.
boas-vindas às medalhistas.
Bronze medalist representing the United States of America.
Medalha de bronze, representando os Estados Unidos da América.
Colleen Young.
The bronze medalist, 18-year-old, daughter of Doug and Bridget Young. Began swimming as a 7-year-old back in 2005. There's multiple successes on the world stage, now a 2-time Paralympian. And entered Rio as a world record holder in the 200 breaststroke. Over the shorter distance, the 100 breaststroke, she makes the podium and takes the bronze medal.
Silver medalist representing Great Britain.
Medalha de prata, representando a
She held
Grã-Bretanha.
the world record
Rebecca
for
Redfern.
a handful of months. Went in as favourite, the 16-year-old from Great Britain, Rebecca Redfern, picks up the silver medal. She bettered her own world record time on the way to the silver. But it really was a fast race indeed in this final. The game was upped quite seriously by the gold medalist.
Paralympic champion representing Uzbekistan.
Medalha de ouro e campeã paralímpica, representando o Uzbequistão.
Fotimakon Amilova.
Fotimakon Amilova, the 17-year-old, who's had her fair share of disappointment at these Paralympic Games. She smashed the world record in the 200-meter individual medley in the heats, but couldn't close out the gold medal in the final. She had to settle for silver on that occasion, and she took the bronze in the 100 fly. But when she was drawn in lane 1 after a less than inspiring qualifying time, boy did she respond in impressive fashion. Swimming from the outside lane, she took it out to every competitor in the race, and has impressively won the gold in the women's 100 breaststroke SB13.
gentlemen, your Paralympic medalists.
Senhoras e senhores, as medalhistas paralímpicas.
Medalists in the women's 100-meter breaststroke SB13. Colleen Young with the bronze. In a European record time, Rebecca Redfern, a 1:13.81, takes the silver. And in world record time, Fatima Amilova, a 1:12.45, is the gold medalist and champion. The most emphatic swim. Oh, swim dad, Rebecca Redfern's father and brother are in tears. The European record for his daughter. Colleen Young could celebrate her bronze medal. It was an impressive swim from Young, but no response for Amilova's opening 50.
The men's 100-meter Freestyle S8 final. Luis Amarado, Andrade Guillen, Song Madong, Yang Gualong, Joseph Craig, Wang Yinan, Oliver Hind, Bohdan Hinenko and Zach McAllister make up the 8 qualifiers into the final. First onto poolside, Zach McAllister, 26-year-old. 6th at last year's World Championships in this event. Qualifying in a time of 1:01.12. Louis Armando Andrade Guillen. Bohdan Hinenko, 4th last year's World Championships, represents Ukraine. The People's Republic of China, first of the 3 athletes to represent China. Madong Song won 3 medals at the last Paralympic Games. Great Britain are represented twice in this final. Oliver Hind, the gold medalist from the 400 freestyle already at this Rio Games, goes in lane 6. Yang Guanglong, second athlete for China making his debut at these games. Finished 3rd in the 100 fly to his compatriot Song, who goes alongside him. And the Paralympic record holder, Wang Yinan, the man to beat, goes in lane 5, 59.03, posted in qualifying. He's capable of going much faster than that. It was Joseph Craig of Great Britain, strong support here in the Olympic Aquatic Stadium, who goes in as the fastest seeded athlete in this event. He won the gold 3 years ago at World Championships. But the favourite will be Wang Yinan, the Paralympic record holder, 56.58. He's capable of posting over 2 seconds quicker than he performed in the heats. Joseph Craig goes in lane 4, the fastest seeded athlete. Andrade Guillen, Song, Yang, Craig, Wang, Hind, Hinenko and McAllister in this men's 100 freestyle S8 final.
Take your marks.
The start so important in these short sprint events, and it was strong for Craig and Wang in the center of the pool, going well out in lane 2. Song Maodong of China has the lead at the moment with that very quick stroke, just using his left arm, and he's got a fast rotation. But coming up towards the turn, it looks as though Wang of China might have the slight advantage over Craig, and it's Wang who just touches ahead of Craig. Song in third, very close for Yang of China in fourth. So China at the moment, they're making up the top 4, but it is the reigning Paralympic champion and world champion, Yanan Wang, who starts to show his class. Wang, People's Republic of China, stretching ahead. Joseph Craig trying to go with him out in lane 2. Song Maodong also having a good race. It's going to be very close for second and third, but it was easily decided by the Yanan Wang from the People's Republic of China. He is now double Paralympic champion in the men's 100 freestyle, 56.80, just outside his own world record. Getting congratulations from Craig, but it was a very close touch, and Song Maodong takes the silver medal from lane 2, 58.13, and Joseph Craig just 0.06 of a second behind to win the bronze. That was a very strong finish from Song Maodong of China. Out in lane 2, it looks as though it was going to be between Hines and Yang.
Well, the start of Wang Yinan was just so impressive. He got off the starter's blocks very, very quickly indeed, and there was some pressure to defend his title, and the fact that he hasn't been swimming this race this year, we didn't really have much of an idea of just how strong he was. Hasn't been posting times this year, and at his qualifying time, his seeding time, was the one he posted at the World Championships last year. But Wang Yinan looked so strong. When he won bronze in the 400 free, there were questions about whether or not he's got the speed, whether he's got the pace. But there's no doubt about his pace in the pool, not far off his very best. And going 56 seconds in the final, that is another impressive result from Wang Yinan. Defends his title.
He defends his title, and he's only just off his own world record, 0.2 of a second. His teammate Song Maodong just touching ahead of Joseph Craig of Great Britain. Finishes with the bronze. Oliver Hines just off the podium in fourth. The women's 100-meter freestyle S8 final. We'll see Abby Tripp of Canada, Cecilia Geronimo de Araujo for Brazil, goes into Madison Elliott of Australia, Jessica Long, USA, Lakeisha Patterson, Stephanie Millward, Morgan Bird, and Mallory Vegaman just through into this final. Mallory Vegaman from USA, fourth at the Paralympics 4 years ago. Canada's Abby Tripp goes in lane 1. The 15-year-old will need to produce something special if she's going to medal from the outside lane. Fourth in this event at World Championships last year. Well, Canada are represented twice in this final. Morgan Bird, 6th at the Paralympic Games 4 years ago. And now the crowd erupt for Cecilia Geronimo de Araujo. The Brazilian will go in lane 2. Great Britain's Stephanie Millward already on the podium at these Paralympic Games, the bronze in the 400 freestyle, showing that she's got the stamina in this stroke. The reigning world champion, Madison Elliott of Australia, the world record holder, goes in lane 3. Well, Australia well represented in this final. Lakeisha Patterson, the Paralympic champion from the 400 freestyle. We'll see what she can do in the sprint event. And she's going to have very stiff competition because the Paralympic record holder from the London Games, the Paralympic champion Jessica Long, posted a time of 106.07 in qualifying. Well over a second quicker than Patterson and Elliott, who will go on either side of her. But Elliott still with that world record time of 104.71. Jessica Long, the reigning Paralympic champion, goes in the fastest lane, lane 4. This is going to be a very exciting race. The crowd getting excited for Geronimo de Araujo over in lane 2. She'll have to produce something very special if she's going to get in the mix with Elliott, Long and Patterson. Elliott, the reigning world champion, going in lane 3. Her teammates Patterson in 5 and Long the favourite in lane 4. Tripp, Geronimo de Araujo, Elliott, Long, Patterson, Millwood, Bird and Vegerman. And this women's 100 freestyle S8. Well, a long underwater phase for Elliott, for Australia, but she comes up incredibly well out in lane 3. Stephanie Millwood of Great Britain having a strong start to her race as well, and it's the centre 2 lanes, Long and Patterson, who've got some work to do, as Millwood is having it very strong for herself, as is Elliott, the two outside of the centre 2 lanes. And now as we come towards the turn, the field start to even up. At the turn, it is just Elliott who touches ahead of Millwood, Patterson and Long in 3rd and 4th. But this second 50 really is going to be vital to see what happens. And Madison Elliott, the Australian, out in lane 3, having a storming race. Stephanie Millwood of Great Britain going really well, and she's pushing Lakeisha Patterson. Jessica Long has got some work to do if she's going to come back. And it's the final 15 metres. This race is still so open. Madison Elliott of Australia leads. Stephanie Millwood having a very strong final finish to the race, but at the touch, it's Madison Elliott inside a new Paralympic record, and Lakeisha Patterson at the touch makes it a 1-2 for Australia. Stephanie Millwood just being pipped to the bronze medal for Great Britain, and Jessica Long finishing in 4th position. That really was one exciting race. An incredible pace was set by Madison Elliott straight away. Lakeisha Patterson congratulating her fellow swimmers, just giving a little thumbs up with her silver medal. And Stephanie Millwood had a really strong race, just couldn't quite hold on that final few strokes. Gets touched out by 0.08 of a second to bronze.
Well, some of the great athletes get to that stage in their careers where they start beating their heroes, and indeed we're seeing this here with the likes of Madison Elliott and Lakeisha Patterson. Jessica Long, the 24-year-old, not even making the medal. Stephanie Millwood, a fine swim to claim the bronze in the end. The 34-year-old, her second bronze of these championships after the 400 free. But Jessica Long, three-time defending champion in this event, doesn't get a great deal off the wall and indeed off the starting blocks. But Madison Elliott, the world champion, not disappointing. The Commonwealth Games champion, 2-time world champion in this event, a bronze medalist 4 years ago, didn't disappoint. And Lakeisha, or Lucky Patterson as some call her, following up a gold in the 400 free with a silver in the 100.
Well, Madison Elliott inside that Paralympic record, adds that with her world record she still holds, making it a 1-2 for Australia. Elliott and Patterson, and a great swim by Stephanie Millwood, winning the bronze.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games men's 200 meters freestyle S14.
The men's 200 meter freestyle S14 victory ceremony.
Livre masculino, classe S14 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
now here come the medalists. Representing Australia, Daniel Fox. Tang Wylock of Hong Kong.
Gentileza, dê as boas-vindas
Great
aos
Britain,
medalhistas.
Thomas Hammer.
The medals will be presented by the President of the International Sports Federation for Persons with an Intellectual Disability.
As medalhas serão entregues pelo presidente da Federação Internacional de Esportes para
Presenting the
Deficientes
medals, the INAS
Intelectuais,
President,
Senhor José
Jose
Amaury
Amaury Rosso.
Will be accompanied by the Head of International Relations.
Ele acompanhado pelo chefe de Relações Internacionais, Senhor Laudemar Aguiar.
He'll be accompanied by the Head of International Relations at Rio,
The bronze medalist
Laudemar
representing
Aguiar.
Australia,
Medalha de bronze representando a Austrália,
Daniel Fox.
It was an incredibly close final, and it came down to the touch. Daniel Fox of Australia touching for the bronze medal. One place better than his World Championship finish last year, where he came an agonising fourth. He looks incredibly delighted to be on the podium this time round. Adds this to the silver he won in the same event 4 years ago.
The silver medalist representing Great Britain,
medalha de prata representando a Grã-Bretanha,
Thomas Hammer.
Thomas Hammer only made his international paraswimming debut in Glasgow at the Commonwealth Games, and he won silver and then went on to become a European champion in the 200 freestyle and looked good for a medal coming into this 200 freestyle S14. And the 18-year-old European champion didn't disappoint. He put up a very impressive opening 50 and closing 50, and has a silver medal as a reward.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Hong Kong, China,
medalha de ouro, campeão paralímpico representando Hong Kong, China,
Tang Wylock.
The first time on a Paralympic podium, and it's on the top for Tang Wylock of Hong Kong. He was just outside the medals in the 100-meter backstroke in the S14 category, and now he has made up for that as he's crowned Paralympic champion at the age of 19. Competed at the London Paralympics at just 15 years old.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem of Hong Kong,
And
China.
now for the national
senhoras
anthem
e senhores,
of Hong Kong.
hino de Hong Kong, China.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
The national
Paralympic
anthem
medalists.
of Hong Kong.
Senhoras e senhores, o Os medalhistas
First time that's been heard
paralímpicos.
in the Olympic Aquatic Stadium here at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. The men's 200-meter freestyle S14. Tang Wai Lok, the new gold medalist, flagged by Thomas Hammer the silver and Daniel Fox with the Oceania record taking the bronze.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games Women's 200 meters freestyle S14.
The victory ceremony for the women's 200-meter freestyle S14.
Classe S14 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
Here come the medalists. Malu van der Kolk,
Please welcome the medalists.
Bethany Firth and Jessica Jane Applegate.
The bronze medalist representing the Netherlands.
Medalha de bronze representando Países Baixos.
Marla van der Kolk.
Representing the Netherlands, the bronze medal goes to Marlo van der Kolk. Consistent, she won the bronze medal in the same event, London 2012. Back that up with another bronze at last year's World Championships. And now adds bronze at the Rio 2016 Games to her silver that she won in the 100-meter backstroke already here in this Olympic Aquatic Stadium. Bronze to Marlo van der Kolk of the Netherlands.
The silver medalist representing Great Britain.
Medalha de prata representando a Grã-Bretanha.
Jessica Jane Applegate.
4 years ago, Jessica Jane Applegate marked her Paralympic debut with a gold medal in this event, the women's 200 freestyle, where she showed an incredibly quick finish. She was third quickest, with 50 to go. She was third, claimed the gold, and awarded an MBE in the 2013 New Year's Honours. Strong finish in this race, but not good enough to claim the gold this time. Silver medal in 2:06.92 for Applegate.
Gold
Great Britain.
medalist and Paralympic champion representing Great Britain.
Medalha de ouro e campeã paralímpica
She holds
representando
the
a
world
Grã-Bretanha.
record. She broke her own Paralympic record on the way to becoming Paralympic champion. Bethany Firth of Great Britain lives and trains in Northern Ireland in Bangor. Decided to become part of the British team a couple of years ago. She won a gold in London representing Northern Ireland, but now Bethany Firth stands on top of the podium for Great Britain, adding another gold medal, another Paralympic title to the 100-meter backstroke. She wins this women's 200-meter
Ladies
freestyle
and gentlemen, the anthem
S14,
of Great Britain.
and now
Senhoras e
for the national
senhores,
anthem
o
of
hino
Great
da
Britain.
Grã-Bretanha.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The
your
second
Paralympic
time
medalists.
at this Paralympic Games that Bethany Firth and Jessica Jane Applegate have shared the podium. Marlo van der Kolk being congratulated by Jessica Jane Applegate. Who then congratulates Bethany Firth, the Paralympic champion. Great Britain 1 and 2. A bronze for the Netherlands. Some vibrant support in the crowd for the British team.
It's the final of the men's 100-meter breaststroke SB4. Eight swimmers, they will do battle. And one swimmer will be a little more popular poolside than the remaining 7. He is the host nation's hope. In his 4th event at Rio 2016, Daniel Dias of Brazil will go in 3. Nguyen, Lee, Dias, Zapatakis, Fuentes, Ten, He and Masusi. Masusi of Italy will be first introduced. Well, the crowd eagerly anticipates this race. The home favourite goes in lane 3. First to be introduced, Andrea Masusi of Italy, a 22-year-old, coached by Massimiliano Tosin, the long-time Italian Paralympic swimming coach. From Vietnam, Nguyen Tan Trung, Vietnamese swimmer from Ho Chi Minh City at 34, goes in lane 1. Hershey Wei, the 25-year-old, silver in the 50 fly. Promising runner in his school days. Going in lane 2 from Guangxi, Li Chungshang. From Spain, undoubtedly one of the veterans of the game, but a legendary swimmer at that, goes in lane 6, the 41-year-old, 4-time world champion, 3-time Paralympic champion. But listen to the roar, the reception for 28-year-old Daniel Dias. Gold in the 200 free, silver in the 4x50 mixed relay, and bronze in the 50 fly. An 18-time Paralympic Games medalist, 11-time champion. Daniel Dias goes in lane 3 for Brazil. Moises Fuentes Garcia, the 41-year-old Colombian who turns 42 next week. The man who's qualified and has qualifications in both accounting and sports science. Bronze medalist in 2008, silver in 2012, looks for gold in 2016. the favourite for the gold. He says number one. Antonios Zapatakis of Greece goes in lane 4. He was 4th in 2012, just missed the medal, but having posted the fastest seeding time. The Greek swimmer from Thessaloniki goes in lane 4. He'll be swimming alongside the world record holder, Daniel Dias of Brazil, looking for his 4th medal in his 4th event at Rio 2016. Chance of Daniel Dias has the weight of expectation of this crowd on his shoulders, and indeed of one of the world's largest nations, the most populous nations, Brazil. Dias goes in 3, but it's Nguyen, Lee, Dias, Zapatakis, Fuentes Garcia, Ten, He and Masusi. The top 3 swimmers have posted times within 2/100ths of a second of one another. Dias, Fuentes and Zapatakis. Should be a tightly contested affair, but very quickly off the starter's blocks for Dias. It was absolutely electric the way he's shot from the starter's blocks, but Ricardo Ten of Spain shows his quality. The Sydney and Beijing gold medalist gets away splendidly, but he is not managing to keep pace with Daniel Dias in the pool. The 28-year-old is streaking ahead, but Li Zhongshan of China going in lane 2 now starts to come into his own, and he is just produced a spurt that has seen him go beyond the Brazilian, who's flailing now just a little in the pool. It's a very high action from Zapatakis of Greece, but he's still in contention for a gold here. Much will depend on this turn.
Well, at the turn, it is Lee who's had a storming first 50 ahead of Zapatakis, and 3rd place at the moment, Fuentes Garcia. Dias sees himself turning in 4th, but that was a great turn by Dias. He's now trying to come back on Lee. It's Lee who still leads. Dias in the 2nd. Zapatakis in 3rd, but it's still really close. We saw the turn make a huge difference in this race, but Lee is the man to catch.
And the time is looking pretty good as well. Dias posting a fight back here. He's very quick in the water. How much has he got left in him? Is he going to run out of space? Short, choppy strokes from Lee at the moment. He's tiring up. Dias is going to take this. Dias is fighting back. Lee, can he hold on? It's going to be very tight. Lee and Dias. Lee in 2, Dias in 3. Lee fighting hard. Lee of China will take it just ahead of Daniel Dias. Well, Fuentes Garcia manages to take the bronze. Lee absolutely delighted. Slaps the water in celebration. One of the more exciting finishes at Rio 2016 in the pool. The men's 100-meter breaststroke SB4. Zapatakis, the fastest seed in qualifying, completely outswum in the back end by Fuentes Garcia, who finished with bronze. Daniel Dias, who was closing quickest, who settles for silver, and Li Zhongshan of China, who takes the gold. As popular as ever. A 19-time Paralympic medalist now is Daniel Dias. He's medaled in all 4 of his events. Luis Fuentes Garcia, he's happy. He turns 42 next week. The 2013 world champion takes a bronze for the 2nd time in the last 3 Paralympic Games. But Daniel Dias, well, he lost it a little. Lee produced a spurt, but how was that finish?
That was so close indeed. At the turn, Lee opened up quite a lead, but then Dias turns in 4th place, and that underwater kick there really brought him back, and it looked as though he was going to get there if only there were a few more meters. Lee timed it to perfection. Less than 0.2 of a second separating the new Paralympic champion Li Zhongshan and the defending champion Daniel Dias. So close.
Oh, that was a splendid race. He's exhausted himself as Lee. The strokes got so choppy in the closing stages. He was desperately trying to pull himself to the wall. but he touches just ahead of Daniel Diaz, who was closing quickest and caught it between strokes of the wall. Fuentes Garcia of Colombia takes the bronze medal. Zapatakis, the quickest seeded time, misses out in the medals entirely. So an Asian record for Lee Chung-chung. That's what he had to swim to beat Daniel Diaz, closing so quickly. It's the final of the women's 100-meter breaststroke SB4. The women's 100-meter breaststroke SB4 will see Yao, Chabel, Giretti, Rung, Go, Pizarro, Chung, and Antonia do battle. First to be introduced, Priscilla Antoniadou of Greece. 2:06.92 in the preliminaries. Finds her way into the final. Daniel Diaz just making his way across the pool deck, nearly getting in the way of Yao Tuan, 19-year-old Chinese swimmer who will go in lane 1. Chung Li goes in lane 7, the 18-year-old. 2:02.84. Will need to go significantly quicker if she is to stand a chance of medaling, you would feel. Natalia Chabel, long-time competitor, now at 42. The Belarusian goes in lane 2. And now the swimmers who dipped under the 2-minute mark in qualifying. Inbal Pizarro, multiple Paralympic and world champion silver medalist. Inbal Pizarro represents Israel and goes in lane 6. Giulia Giretti, the 22-year-old from Parma, a bronze in the 50 fly. 2-time world championship silver medalist, represents Italy in 3. Teresa Go of Singapore will go in lane 5. The first of 4 events at Rio 2016. She's never claimed the Paralympic medal, but she's a former world champion in the IM. And the favourite, silver medalist from 4 years ago, Sarah Louise Rung of Norway, the 26-year-old, 50 fly silver, 200 free bronze, and she's world champion in this event at the last 3 world championships. She's the world record holder as well. One rather excited Singapore fan screaming out, "Go Teresa!" Directed at Singapore's Teresa Go, who will swim in lane 5. Yao, Chabel, Giretti, Rung, Go, Pizarro, Chung, and Antoniadou. Rung among the swimmers who starts from in the pool. Giretti diving off the starters blocks. This is the women's 100-meter breaststroke SB4, and very quickly once again Zhang Li of China gets away from the starters blocks, and again it is Go who is providing the early pressure, but once she gets into her stroke she doesn't have a great deal of competition in this breaststroke, does Sarah Louise Rung. Silver medalist from 4 years ago, but she's found her rhythm, and it's a good long stroke, a little more settled and certainly a little smoother than Go on her outside, but Go is still just off the shoulder of Rung and not allowing the Norwegian to get away from her.
Giretti, the Italian, on Rung's right-hand shoulder. having a good first half to her race as well. But here we start to see Sarah Louise Wrong pull away as she comes into the wall. Turns are not her strongest point, but she's started to open up the lead already. And almost 3 seconds ahead of goal after just the first 50 meters. Goal turning in second, Giretti third, Chavel for Belarus in fourth. It looks as though the battle for silver and bronze could be between Goal and Giretti, because Wrong is already extending that lead further. She's made up for the poor push off the wall that she has, and now in that rhythm, she's extending ahead of the rest of the field, not far off her own world record.
Well, Wrong is going along and dictating this race. She has got this race under control. Giretti has overtaken Go in the pool, and Giretti is going to claim silver here for Italy. What is proving to be a rather successful day of competition for the Italians in the pool, and Go of Singapore should claim the bronze, but it is Rung of Norway, her first gold medal at these games after silver in the 50 fly and bronze in the 200 free. She's champion of the women's 100 breaststroke. Giretti claims silver for Italy, and Go of Singapore finds a medal, and it's going to be a very, very special medal for Go, who's been competing since the Athens Games at 3 Paralympic Games, has yet to find a Paralympic medal. She's finally succeeded, despite being a former world champion in the 200 IM. But Rung has that gold medal that she was expecting perhaps a little earlier in this championship. In the 200 free and 50 fly, she was not only among the favourites, she was the favourite. Couldn't claim the gold in either. Giretti delighted again. Already a bronze medalist in the 50 fly. She has a silver feeling about this swim. She goes one better in the 100 breaststroke, and Go of Singapore takes the bronze.
Well, the winner might have been expected. Sarah Louise Rung came into this race ranked 9 seconds quicker than the nearest rival from qualifiers. The first half wasn't as convincing, but she still put down her markers early on. And that second 50 just pulled away from the rest of the field, leaving Giretti in goal to battle it out for that silver and bronze. And it was the Italian who came home a little stronger. And Go of Singapore took the bronze. But there was no one there to challenge Sarah Louise Rung, the new Paralympic champion in this women's 100-meter breaststroke SB4.
Well, she was challenged very early on by Go, and indeed by Zhang, who took it out hard, but in the end, Zhang just missing out on a medal. Go takes the bronze. Giretti with a fine performance for the silver, but the favourite this time claims the gold. And nearly 6 seconds ahead of anybody else in the pool, Sarah Louise Rung of Norway, the champion. Now for the victory ceremony of the men's 200-meter individual medley SM10.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 200 metros medley masculino da classe SM10 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
Please welcome the medalists.
Por gentileza, dê as boas-vindas aos medalhistas.
Gold medalists for this men's 200-meter individual medley. He'll receive his gold medal shortly.
The medals will be presented by governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee.
As medalhas serão entregues.
Mr. Patrick Jarvis, governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee, will represent
Mr. Patrick Jarvis.
the IPC and handing out the gold, silver and bronze medals.
The head of the Education Division Research and Sports Management of the Army Physical Training Centre.
And the Army Physical Training Centre, Colonel Bottino, will accompany
do Centro de
Patrick
Treinamento
Jarvis.
Físico do Exército, senhor Coronel Alfredo de Andrade Botino.
Bronze medalist representing Ukraine.
Well, it was a clean sweep for Ukraine, and the bronze medal went the way of Dmytro Vanchenko, the 20-year-old from Dnipropetrovsk. He took bronze at the World Championships. He takes bronze at the Paralympic Games. This men's 200-meter individual medley, SM10. 2 minutes 10.48 in the pool. Personal best. And a bronze medal for Vanchenko.
Silver medalist representing Ukraine.
Medalha de prata representando a Ucrânia.
Maxim Kripak.
Spurred on by his teammates. A great competition between the three Ukrainians. Maxim Kripak takes the silver medal in this men's 200-meter individual medley, SM10. Adds it to his 2 titles from the 50 freestyle and the 100 back already here in Rio 2016. 21-year-old having an incredible Paralympic Games.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Ukraine.
Medalha de ouro, campeão paralímpico, representando a Ucrânia.
Denis Dobrov.
He's been competing for basically 2 years as a para swimmer. Denis Dobrov, the 27-year-old, following on from his 2 bronzes in the 50 free and the 4x50 mixed relay and the silver in the 100 breast, is now a Paralympic champion. But in this event, the 200 individual medley SM10, for somebody who's only recently started competing in para swimming, he's the European champion, he's the world champion, he's the Paralympic champion, and he is the world record holder. That is an exceptional achievement for Denis Dobrov, and the time he swam, a world record, 2:06.87 to claim gold. Virtually unthinkable time. It is incredibly fast. A Ukraine clean sweep.
Senhoras e senhores, os medalhistas paralímpicos.
Gold, silver and bronze to Ukraine. Denis Dobrov takes the gold ahead of Maxim Kripak, who has 2 gold medals already and now a silver. And Dmytro Vanchenko rounds out the trio of Ukrainian medalists in the men's 200 IM SM10. Ukrainian team, Ukrainian support staff, delighted about the results in a world record time. When he was swimming for Olympic contention, he was swimming 2:04s. As a Paralympic champion, he's just swum at 2:06.87 as Denis Dubrov. That is sensational. Nothing short of mind-boggling.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony,
The victory
for the
ceremony
Rio
for the women's
2016
200
Paralympic
meter
Games.
individual medley
Women's
SM10.
200 meters individual medley SM10.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 200 metros medley feminino da classe SM10 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
Well, there's an indication of the friendly rivalry between Pascoe and Ribar. They're joking with one another as they make their way out to the middle podium.
Bronze medalist representing Hungary,
Medalha de bronze representando a Hungria.
Bianca Papp.
Bianca Papp, just 16 years old from Hungary. Silver in the 100 backstroke. Now, a very good bronze against two world-renowned swimmers. Trying to take on Pascoe and Ribar. In the end, claimed a worthy bronze.
Silver medalist representing Canada,
Medalha de prata representando o Canadá.
Aurélie Riva.
Having finished 6th in this event 4 years ago, she has gone far better today. The silver medalist, Aurélie Riva for Canada. Adding this to the gold she's already won in the 50-meter freestyle. For the time of 2:30.03, an American record.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing New Zealand,
Medalha de ouro e campeã paralímpica representando Nova Zelândia.
Sophie Pascoe.
Well, Sophie Pascoe gets her second gold medal at Rio 2016 after winning the women's 100 backstroke. It's about gold and listening to God defend New Zealand on the podium for Sophie Pascoe. And in a 3-day stretch, which will see her attempt to defend the 200 individual medley, the 100 free and the 100 fly titles that she won in London 4 years ago. She's got off to the best possible start by successfully defending the 200 individual medley title, the 100 free and the 100 fly to come. And she's reclaimed the 100 back she first won in Beijing 8 years ago. It's proving a very good Rio 2016 for Pascoe. beaming with delight again, Sophie Pascoe,
Ladies and gentlemen, your Paralympic
gold
medalists.
medalist
Senhoras e senhores,
in the
as
women's 200-meter
medalhistas
individual medley
paralímpicas.
SM10. Overwhelmingly emotional moment when she won the 100 back. She's kept it together just a little better tonight. The women's 200 IM medley SM10 victory ceremony. Pascoe ahead of Rivard, ahead of Pup, gold, silver and bronze. One of the great healthy rivalries of para swimming, Pascoe and Rivard. Rivard looking up to Pascoe, but challenging Pascoe, and having already beaten Pascoe at Rio 2016. Expect this rivalry to produce a few more incredible races in the water. Sophie Pascoe, world record time to beat out Brelly Rivard, sets an America's record in claiming that silver. The flags of the three nations represented on the podium leave the venue.
Men's 200-meter freestyle S2 final. Final event in this session on day 4.
I think somebody has a sense of humor with the final countdown playing.
Going in this final, Itzhak Amitsalov, Roman Bondarenko, Liu Benyang, Zhu Liankang, Palamarchuk, Yang, Makar Dimitris, and Shalabi. This event is the men's 200-meter freestyle S2. We do have an S1 swimmer who's qualified through to the final. So S1 and S2 swimming together. Representing Israel, first out, Yad Yosef Shalabi. He'll go in lane number 8. Just swimming a 5:24 in qualifying. Itzhak Mamisvalov for Israel has the world record in the S1 class, swimming against S2 swimmers in this event. Representing Greece, 4th at the World Championships last year. Aristides Makar-Dimitris. For Ukraine, making his debut here at these Paralympic Games, Roman Bondarenko. Go in lane 2. Yang from China, 4 gold medals from the Paralympic Games in London. He's the reigning world champion in this event. He'll go in lane 6. And also representing the People's Republic of China, Liu Benyang, posted an impressive time in qualifying. Him ranked 3rd going into this final. The new European record holder, Serhii Palamarchuk for Ukraine, second fastest seed. Bronze already in the backstroke. And the fastest seeded athlete, the world record holder, Zhou Liankang of China, his first Paralympic Games. He holds the world record that he absolutely smashed in the qualifying for this event. We have two world records. Amit Savalov has the world record for the S1 classification. And Zhou Liankang set that world record in qualifying for the S2. Well, the swimmers preparing for the start. Some of the swimmers starting in the water, some on the side of the pool deck. It's the men's 200-meter freestyle S2. Amit Savalov, Bondarenko, Liu and Zhu representing People's Republic of China, Palamarchuk of Ukraine, Yang also from China, Dimitris representing Greece, and Chalabi also going for Israel. This is the men's 200-meter freestyle S2, so the swimmers can choose the stroke that they use. And it's the world record holder and the European record holder alongside him that choose the backstroke as they start. It's a double arm stroke for Palamarchuk in lane 5, the European record holder who's off to a fast start, really pushing Zhou Liankang, the world record holder, alongside him.
Well, Liu Binying at the moment is a little burst of energy, and he's looking to pull up alongside the man swimming on his outside, and indeed Palamarchuk alongside him. But just continuing to look across is Liu Binying. Great underwater visuals, nearly in a line are the three who will go to the wall and make the first turn. Separated by 0.4 of a second are the leading three, so they're well under world record pace at the moment. Zhou Liankang touching ahead of Liu Binying and say Palamarchuk, while Yang, the defending champion, is at the moment just off the pace, touched fourth, and is losing further ground, so to speak, in the pool as Palamarchuk looks to extend the advantage that he had. A bronze medalist in the 100 backstroke, but multiple World Championship medalist. Certainly 5 medals at the 2014 European Championships were a confidence boost, but it is the two Chinese swimmers who are looking to pull their way back in. Palamarchuk just losing a little bit of ground here, and I think the time is starting to wane a little as well. The world record split there at 0.778 ahead. It's just dipped slightly. They are increasing in terms of seconds, but they were over 4 seconds ahead of pace at the first 50, under 8 seconds ahead at the 100 mark.
Liu and Zhu, very little separating them at the turn, but now it is Liu of China who started to try and extend a little bit of a lead. Palamarchuk looked to be tiring, but he's still very much on the shoulder of Zhu. And it's going to be coming down to this final turn that a lot could change. And now we see Zhu, the world record holder, trying to come back onto the shoulder of his compatriot Liu. And it looks as though it's going to be very close at the final turn between the two athletes from the People's Republic of China.
Well, this is turning out to be a very exciting race in terms of finish, because Liu Binying keeps looking across. He's leading at the moment. He's leading the world record holder. He's leading the fastest qualifier. And that turn was very successful for Liu Binying, because he's pulled now over a body length ahead of his compatriot, and even so has lost a little on Palamarchuk going in lane 5. So the danger of being caught by the Ukrainian here The man who set the world record in the heats, already the gold medalist in the 100 back, is Zhou Liankang. But the silver medalist in the 100 back is looking for a little revenge in the 200 free, because Liu Benying is leading at the moment, and although there's a fight back here from his compatriot, I don't think it's going to be quite enough.
Well, Liu Benying has taken the race on. He's getting a reaction now from Zhu, and Zhu having an incredible finish. It's going to be so close between the teammates, but Liu is reacting to that push, and Liu a final spurt at the end, and a new world record. That was an incredibly strong finish, because they weren't even that close to the world record pace until those final few meters. Liu Benying, now the Paralympic champion in the men's 200 freestyle S2 event. Zhou Liankang had his world record broken, picks up the silver medal, and Paralympic takes the bronze in a very consistent race indeed. Touching for fourth, Yang of China. He was the reigning Paralympic champion coming into this event. At fourth is the best he could finish today.
Bondarenko of Ukraine finishing now, touching in lane 2, and three swimmers still in the pool, including Aristides Dimitris going in lane 7, who finished 6th in this final. But then going along impressively in lane 1, you saw for just a moment Itsak Mamispalov, the 37-year-old, multiple gold medalist in the SM1 classes, won the 50 and 100 free in Athens in front of his home crowd. In front of the Athens crowd, the Israeli swimmer, 7-time world champion in the S1 class, is going to come home 7th overall in this S2 classification race. Last to finish is his compatriot, Joseph Chalabi, coming home in lane 8. Chalabi has never claimed a Paralympic medal. 3 fourth-place finishes in a career that sees him in his 3rd Paralympic Games. But Liu Benying, champion in the 200 free after that silver in the 100 back. Well, the 100 back gold medalist claims the silver in this race.
It's just incredible the time that they have managed to take off the world record. We saw it smashed in the heats earlier on today, and then again Liu Benying started the day with his season's best of 4:23, just outside the 4-minute mark in qualifying, and now a 3:41.54, getting close towards taking a minute off his entry time in just 2 races. That just tells you how quick this pace was. Paralympic and Zhu were seeded the fastest 2 swimmers, with less than a second separating them. But Liu Benying obviously had something more in reserves after his qualifying. And amazing how close it came down to at the finish. And Liu Benying just finding that extra spurt to touch ahead of his teammate and of the previous world record holder. What an exciting finish. What a close finish that was for the final event here on day 4.
Well, away from the champion, Liu Benying, leaves the pool deck on day 4 as a gold medalist. World record time.
Well, another world record in this men's 200 freestyle S2. Liu Benying, the Paralympic champion, his teammate Zhou Liankang taking the silver, and Paralympic, Ukraine, the bronze. China finishing 4th and 5th as well. Dimitris just outside, and then Mamislov and Chalabi making up the top 8. Don't forget Mamislov, an S1 competitor, racing with these S2 athletes. The victory ceremony now for the men's 100-meter freestyle
the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games men's 100 meters freestyle S8.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 100 metros nado livre masculino na classe S8 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
The medalists, Great Britain's Joseph Craig, Wang Yinan from the People's Republic of China, and his compatriot Song Maodang.
The medals will be presented by the governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee.
As medalhas serão entregues pelo membro do Conselho Executivo do Comitê Paralímpico
Presenting the medals
Internacional,
will be Patrick
Mr.
Jarvis, governing board member of the IPC.
He'll be accompanied by the governing board member of the International Paralympic Committee.
Ele é acompanhado pelo membro do Conselho Executivo do
And
Comitê
alongside him,
Paralímpico
Anne
Internacional.
Miss Anne Cody.
The IPC governing board member will be presenting the mascots.
Medalha de bronze representando a Grã-Bretanha,
Joseph Craig.
The bronze medal goes to Joseph Craig of Great Britain, the 19-year-old who won the gold medal 4 years ago in the S7 category. Now winning the bronze in the men's 100 freestyle S8 4 years later. 19-year-old trains in Newcastle. Won the Young Person's Sports Personality of the Year back in 2012 after his performances in London. And now,
Silver medalist
with the
representing
bronze
the People's
medal.
Republic of China.
medalha de prata representando a República Popular da China,
Song Maodang.
Song Maodang is having a fine championships, a world record and gold in the men's 100 fly S8. Already at Rio 2016. And now silver medal in the men's 100 freestyle S8. Very fast time of 58.13. Proudly displays his silver medal. Going for a collection of mascots here. Very proud of his silver medal, Song Maodang.
The gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing the People's Republic of China.
medalha de ouro e campeão paralímpico representando a República Popular da China,
Wang Yinan.
From Ningbo province in the People's Republic of China, Wang Yinan, the new Paralympic champion. A time of 56.80, just outside his own Paralympic record that he posted earlier on in qualifying for this final. The 26-year-old, originally from Hangzhou province. Over a second faster than the rest of the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem of the People's Republic of China.
And now
senhoras
for the
e
national
senhores,
anthem
o hino
of the
da
People's Republic of China.
Popular da China.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Paralympic medalists.
Senhoras e senhores, os medalhistas
The medalists from the
paralímpicos.
men's 100-meter freestyle S8 final. Joseph Craig congratulating Song Madong and Wang Yinan. Gold and silver for the People's Republic of China. Joseph Craig taking the bronze for Great Britain. Now the Chinese athletes posing together, showing team spirit. The gold and silver medalists, Wang and Song. Joseph Craig adding another medal to the collection for Great Britain. The victory ceremony for the women's 100-meter freestyle
2016
S8.
Paralympic Games, women's 100 meters freestyle S8.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 100 metros nado livre feminino da classe S8 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
Here come the medalists, Stephanie Millward of Great Britain,
Please welcome the medalists.
Madison Elliott from Australia,
As boas-vindas às
and
medalhistas.
her teammate, Lakeisha Patterson.
Bronze medalist representing Great Britain,
Medalha de bronze, representando a Grã-Bretanha.
Stephanie Millward.
She won 5 Paralympic medals in London 2012. And she's well on the way to replicating that here in Rio. Stephanie Millward of Great Britain wins the bronze medal in this 100 freestyle S8. Adding that to the bronze that she won in the 400 freestyle earlier on at this Olympic Aquatic Stadium. Delighted smile for the experienced Paralympian. Stays just as sweet as when she won her first Paralympic medal.
Silver medalist representing Australia,
Medalha de prata, representando a Austrália.
Lakeisha Patterson.
Well, Lakeisha Patterson, you hadn't heard of her before Rio 2016. You heard of her here. She announced herself in amazing fashion, winning Australia's first gold medal at Rio 2016 and breaking the world record of Jessica Long in the 400 free. Well, again, Patterson medals, this time a silver after that gold in the 400 free. Adding to her incredibly impressive collection already. Australia's Patterson, silver medalist.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Australia,
Medalha de ouro, campeã paralímpica, representando a Austrália.
Madison Elliott.
The reigning world record holder, reigning world champion, and now she adds Paralympic champion to the titles. Madison Elliott, the gold medalist from Australia. Really in such incredible form, broke her own Paralympic record on the way to that gold. At a time 1:04.73. Just 0.02 of a second outside her own world record. It really was an incredible race and an incredible performance by Madison Elliott. And now for the national anthem
Ladies and
of
gentlemen,
Australia.
the anthem of Australia.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino da Austrália.
A great result for Australia. The two 17-year-olds, Madison Elliott, Lakeisha Patterson, embrace on the podium. And they congratulate Great Britain's Stephanie Millward, the 34-year-old, very experienced at being on the podium. Elliott and Patterson bring home the gold and the silver. Millward, the bronze. What a result that is for Australia. The Kangaroos even made it all the way to Rio. Some proud and colourful support for Madison Elliott and Lakeisha Patterson as they make their way past the press. Stephanie Millward has got support from the British fans as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games men's 100 meters breaststroke
The victory
SB4.
ceremony for the men's 100 meter
Senhoras e
breaststroke
senhores,
SB4.
cerimônia de premiação dos 100 metros nado de peito masculino SB4 dos Jogos
Brazilian
Paralímpicos
flags are
Rio
out.
2016.
The medalists include Daniel Dias of the host nation, world record holder. And so too, first out of smiling
Please welcome the medalists.
voices for
Gentileza,
Fuentes
dê as
Garcia
boas-vindas calorosas
and indeed
aos medalhistas.
the very young Lee Jung-jung, impressive Chinese swimmer.
The medals will be presented by the president of the Municipal Olympic Company.
As medalhas serão entregues pelo presidente da
Mr.
empresa
Joaquim
olímpica
Monteiro.
municipal, senhor Joaquim Francisco Monteiro de Carvalho Neto.
Olympic Committee. The company will present the gold medals. silver and bronze.
Be accompanied by the president of the INEA.
Ele é acompanhado pelo
President of the
presidente do
INEA,
Estadual do Ambiente e
Marcos de Almeida
INEA,
Lima.
senhor Marcos de Almeida
Will
Lima.
accompany Mr. Montero.
Bronze medalist representing Colombia.
Medalha de bronze representando a Colômbia, Moisés Fuentes Garcia.
Moises Fuentes Garcia turns 42 next week, the 2013 world champion. An attack in 1992 left him with his impairments. But a man who's managed to not only continue a very successful swimming career, but academically continue his success, qualifications in sports science and accountancy. And after bronze in Beijing and silver in London, he's the bronze medalist again. Third successive Paralympic Games, he's on the podium. Fuentes Garcia of Colombia is a delighted bronze medalist in the men's 100 breaststroke SB4.
Silver medalist representing Brazil.
Get ready for the crowd to go wild. It is Daniel Dias of Brazil who wins the silver medal. He now has the full collection from Rio 2016. The gold in the 200 freestyle, the bronze in the 50-meter butterfly, and now the silver medal here in this 100-meter breaststroke SB4. The crowd have stayed until the bitter end to join this celebration with Daniel Dias. He carried the flag in the opening ceremony. He really is championed by the people of Brazil. And acknowledging the support in this Olympic Aquatic Stadium.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing the People's Republic of China.
Medalha de ouro, campeão paralímpico representando a República Popular da China.
Li Junxiang.
Li Junxiang, just 16 years old, 25 years younger than the bronze medalist Fuentes Garcia and 12 years younger than the silver medalist Diaz. 16-year-old from Guangxi, the emerging talent, who swam a smart race and at a frantic pace from lane 2 and managed to upset Daniel Dias, who was closing fast. He was running out of time and space and just managed to propel himself to the wall. Only an inch ahead of Daniel Dias in the pool in an Asian record, 135.96. Li Junxiang is champion of the 100-meter breaststroke SB4.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Paralympic medalists.
Senhoras e senhores, os medalhistas
Paralympic
paralímpicos.
medalists in the men's 100 breaststroke SB4. Just congratulating his younger opponent who claimed victory today, Moises Fuentes Garcia, also applauding the youngster's effort, an Asian record 135.96. And these two are very familiar with one another. Over a decade they've been competing against one another, Dias and Fuentes Garcia. Dias was on top of the podium 4 years ago and Fuentes Garcia was alongside him with the silver. They dropped down a place each in the podium as Li Junxiang claim the gold in impressive fashion. 25 years separating the three swimmers, but less than 2 seconds separated them in the pool. Just acknowledging the fans while the Colombian support is. There's his wife Raquel and his son Asap waiting in the stand. Will Daddy run up and say hello? The Brazilian fans, they just love Daniel Diaz. He is the superstar of Brazil.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games.
Victory ceremony for the women's 100-meter breaststroke SB4.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 100 metros nado de peito feminino SB4 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
Three very pleased medalists.
Please welcome the medalists
into the venue. The women's 100-meter breaststroke SB4 victory ceremony. 3 medals for Go, Giretti and Rung.
Bronze medalist representing Singapore.
Medalha de bronze representando
Well, this is going to be a very excited recipient of a medal. Teresa Go, or Go Ruisi, 2 years ago inducted into Singapore's Women's Sports Hall of Fame. She's never won a Paralympic medal before. In 11 races, 8 finals. She's finished 4th on a few occasions. And she was a silver medalist at the World Championships as far back as Durban in 2006. But now a Paralympic medal around her neck. Go, smiling, delighted.
Representing Italy.
Medalha de prata representando a Itália.
Giulia Giretti.
The 22-year-old from Parma in Italy, Giulia Giretti, now a silver medalist at the Paralympic Games. She came into this competition as the silver medalist from last year's World Championships. Started her championships off to a strong start with a bronze in the 50-meter butterfly. And now she goes one better. Wins the silver in the 100-meter breaststroke
The gold
SB4.
medalist and Paralympic champion representing Norway.
Medalha de ouro, campeã paralímpica, representando a Noruega.
Sarah Louise Rung.
The 26-year-old Norwegian Sarah Louise Rung, a silver 4 years ago, but she has the full collection of medals now. A bronze in the 200 freestyle, a silver in the 50 butterfly, and now a gold in the 100 breaststroke SB4. She's been world champion since 2010 in this event in Eindhoven, in Montreal, and indeed in Glasgow last year. Her nerves severed in a back operation in 2008. Has been competing internationally since 2009 and has dominated this event since 2010. And she's a champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem
of the Paralympic
Norway.
Games once again.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino da
For the first
Noruega.
time in this event. Having won the 200 freestyle and 50-meter butterfly in London, she has now won the 100-meter breaststroke for women SB4 classification in Rio 2016. And Rung, very broad smile, delighted to have claimed her first Paralympic medal for Singapore. Italy's Giulia Zeretti gets the silver and Rung the gold. For the first time in the Olympic Aquatic Stadium in Rio 2016, we have heard the Norwegian national anthem. And Rung takes great pride in bringing joy, delight and medal success to her country. Supporters of Giulia Zeretti, she didn't disappoint.
Men's 200-meter freestyle S2 victory ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games, men's 200 meters freestyle S2.
Senhoras e senhores, cerimônia de premiação dos 200 metros nado livre masculino S2 dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
And here come the medalists. Sahai Palamarchuk, Yu Benying, and Zhu Liankang.
The bronze medalist representing Ukraine.
Medalha de bronze representando a Ucrânia.
Serhei Pamalchuk.
With a European record for Ukraine, Serhei Palamarchuk wins the bronze medal. Consistent, he won the bronze at World Championships last year. And this medal now adds to his bronze collection from the 100-meter backstroke earlier on. So 2 bronze medals out of the 2 events he's competed in so far. 1 more event left at this Paralympic Games for Serhei Palamarchuk.
The silver medalist representing the People's Republic of China.
Medalha de prata representando a República Popular da China.
Zhou Liankang.
Zhou Liankang, the 21-year-old, successive gold medals for him in his opening 2 events. Gold in the 100 backstroke and gold in the mixed 4x50 freestyle relay. But a silver medal for the delighted, smiling, first-time Paralympian. It's an impressive haul so far, 2 golds in the silver in his 3 events.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing the People's Republic of China.
Medalha de ouro, campeão paralímpico, representando a República Popular da China.
Liu Benying.
Liu Benying, the new Paralympic champion in the men's 200-meter freestyle S2. What a performance. What an incredible world record. We saw his teammate break the world record in qualifying and then just went and lowered it again by another 7 seconds. An incredible performance by Liu Benying. And what ended up being an incredibly tight and exciting final.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem of the People's
And now
Republic of China.
it's time for the national anthem
Senhoras e senhores,
the People's
o
Republic
hino
of
da
China.
República Popular da China.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
He won a
Paralympic
silver
medalists.
Senhoras e senhores, os
earlier on
medalhistas
at
paralímpicos.
these Paralympic Games in the pool, and now he's on top of the podium. It's Liu Benying with the new world record. Before today, nobody had gone under 4 minutes, and now all 3 medalists dipping under that time. Liu Benying, the Paralympic champion. Zhu Liankang, the silver medalist for the People's Republic of China. And with a European record, Serhii Palamarchuk taking that bronze medal. The People's Republic of China have had plenty to cheer about this evening. 2 more medals, another Paralympic title, another time to hear their national anthem.
Filing out of the venue, the spectators who stayed to watch the very last of the victory ceremonies, the medal presentations here at the Olympic Aquatic Stadium in Rio De Janeiro. It's been 4 days of competition now, and People's Republic of China, fittingly, taking the last gold medal on offer in the pool on day 4. People's Republic of China are leading the way with medals in the pool. 16 medals for China in the first 4 days of competition. They're averaging 4 a day. They're dominating in the events and managed to claim 4 of the 15 gold medals on offer, with Ukraine taking 3 and Uzbekistan taking 2. Right, that was enthralling in the sense that we saw a dead heat for gold in the men's 100 breast between Fedina and Musabekov. 15 gold medals on offer on the night, but 16 awarded after the dead heat for gold in the men's 100 breaststroke SB13 with Fadina and Musabekov, and 4 world records in the finals as well. We look forward for joining you tomorrow for day 5 of competition, 2 sessions, heats and finals. But for now, from the Olympic Aquatic Stadium, we bid you farewell.